welcome to another live D&D session with RealmSmith. We are here for the first episode of Tales from the Shattered Shield. This is just for our members, live for our members. It will be posted on the internet later for everybody else, on YouTube and Facebook and all of those things. But for right now, we are live just for you guys. Basically what we're going to do is we're actually running through the contents of our January crate. So the module and everything that comes in on our first crate, which was the January crate, is what we're actually running tonight. So it's a little bit of a kind of primer for when you guys want to run it yourself. You can get some pointers here, and we'll show you kind of how to do that. There is no moderation tonight, really, because it's our own folks, our people, as it were, watching us live. And so feel free to comment and chat. There won't be also any giveaways because you guys are already in the inner circle, so that's cool as well. So that you guys know, crates will be going out about the 25th of this month. That will be for the Brigand's Corridor, and then new people can order. Our tavern dog loves to, apparently she's really excited about crates. We want to thank our partners, WizKids, of course, for a lot of the minis on the table. Sirenscape for all of the awesome ambient music, including the custom sound set that is in the crate, and Vallejo for providing the paints in the crate, as well as a lot of the paints that I use to paint some of the miniatures on the table. Tomorrow night, 7:30 is the Order of Dragonsbane. I will be playing and Brandon will be DMing, and then we'll be doing these once a month. So probably around this time every month, just following kind of the release of the crate from the month before, we'll be showing you how to use all the contents of those crates. We're going to dive right in. We're so super excited. Actually, we're not going to dive right in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox the January crate. So if you are a crate subscriber, you haven't opened the box, spoiler warning. Just so you know, we are going to show you what's in the crate at this point. We're not going to spoil too much because the people around the table, we don't want to kind of know what is happening tonight. So here we go. Oh, nice big crate. This is a big one. This was like a really full one. I don't know if I have the room here. So you get a really cool personalized letter. This is actually personalized to somebody, but I won't show you who. There's a wax seal, and this letter basically tells you everything that's in the crate, how to use it all, and nicely welcomed and signed by myself with a RealmSmith wax seal, which is cool. You get a set of WizKids minis, which are the Dancing Girl and Bartender, which are featured in the encounter. You get a bag of, you guys, a bag of Vallejo paints. You get 10 paints in the crate. They're all in here, and they're used to paint the minis and the terrain that comes in this crate. You also get a set of Reaper, Dark Heaven Legends pewter minis, which are some more townsfolk. There's a bartender and another barmaid in there as well. This is the big one. Oh my gosh. Why aren't we getting any music here? There's no tavern music. Hang on. It's already started. Is it on? Oh, that's why. There we go.
Hey.
Right now we're playing the custom sound set from the crate. And the funny thing is if you watch our Dragonsbane live stream, we have characters from that stream in the background of the tavern, and they say stuff, which is super cool. Anyways, so then we have the WizKids Rusty Deep Cuts Pathfinder Battles Rusty Dragon Bar set, which is awesome. It comes with a bunch of really cool things. Then you have a candle, and this is actually a RealmSmith candle made by a local artisan. This is called Blazing Hearth. It actually smells like a fireplace, and we're going to be lighting that later today. You have a Shattered Shield mug, a wooden mug with the emblem of the Shattered Shield, which is featured in this module. And then finally, you have a whole stack of papercraft, which you guys have seen before. There's like 40 pages of it. I'm getting this packing material all over my DM station here. So this is the stack of papercraft. You get a whole stack, and it builds, you'll see it soon, but it builds the tavern that's in front of me here for the session. Okay, then.
Blown away.
Then you have an 8-page module. This is the Shattered Shield module. This is the first part. Don't read it, guys, because you'll know what happens in the next 3 hours. Yeah, Shattered Shield. This is the first of the campaign. Inside, everyone around the table, close your eyes. There is a hand-drawn map that I drew of the Shattered Shield Tavern, which you guys will be checking out. I'm gonna put that on my DM screen so that I can check it out later. Anyways, and all this really cool, awesome stuff in the module that you guys will hear about while we play through. I'm just gonna toss this all over here. Hope the tavern dog doesn't eat it. And then we go from there. All right, let's go to a wide shot here, Ryan.
All right.
You guys noobs ready to dive in?
Yeah, we actually have one more announcement before we do our character intros, so should we? All right, let's do it, guys.
What is happening?
Surprise, surprise!
For reals?
We all got shirts made.
We have shirts
You guys
made.
got shirts made?
We're serious,
did.
bruh.
Yeah.
What?
So these are all
When
our,
did this happen?
I guess our slogans, our sayings for our characters. So we'll talk more about it, or less talk, more Thorok about it when we do our character intros.
I had no idea. I am shocked. This is amazing. Wow, I don't pay close enough attention to your undershirt wearing. That is amazing. I am so excited to hear about that. Maybe we'll sell these on our new apparel store coming out soon.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it sure is. Stay tuned for more info.
I can sign it for you?
Yeah.
Original.
Yeah, copyright RealmSmith 2019. No, just kidding. All right.
Oh, they look
Okay.
good with your shirt, too.
Oh man. Oh yeah, and this is the shirt that Katie over here got me for Christmas, Secret Santa
looks
this
good.
year. Run D&D. All right, you guys. So great. Snack attack.
So sneaky.
So dope.
Rock out with your grok out. Oh man, it's so good.
Alunna
It's
must
so
talk
good. I love it.
with Thorok.
I'm so excited. So, just so everybody knows, we had a noob stream. It was called Noobs of the North, and it was basically like brand new D&D players playing for the first time. We kind of ran through the crates, sort of, and obviously that was Katie and Ryan and Rachel as well. But we actually are completely restarting it. There's a little bit of integration. Yeah, maybe. But we're restarting it. So they're starting back at first level. We've added Tim, which we're very excited about. And Tim has never, ever played D&D before.
Never.
Ever. In fact, we talked about doing like a test session or whatever, and I said, no, I want you to roll your first actual dice for D&D at the table. So this is happening tonight. So welcome to Tim, and welcome to the rest of you guys around the table. I am so freaking excited about this. Are you guys pumped?
Sorry, we didn't make you a shirt, man.
I know, and then I'm like, hey, wait a second. Where's my shirt? It's all good. I love it. I love that you guys made shirts. My other streams don't make me shirts. Don't make shirts. All right. Let's start with character intros. Thorok.
All right. I am Thorok Demon Eye. I am a Goliath Blood Hunter. And I'm not a very talkative person in game. I am a hulking giant of a man, and I am on a mission to hunt demons after seeing some ancient terrible things in the book, and so it's my personal mission to hunt down all that's terrible and evil in this world.
Whoa. That was really good.
That was deep.
Rachel Double Damn.
Okay. How am I going to follow that? I'm Rachel. I play Snak Jones. I'm a half-orc ranger. I'm a bit on the lam at the moment. I'm not currently in my home village. A couple things went down. Kind of, trying to make a name for myself. I'm not your average orc. I'm a bit nicer.
Tim.
Cool. Okay. My name's Tim. Actually, I'm doing the voice. G'day guys. My name's Grokk. My character is an Urshanasi paladin. He's made of rock. His name is Grokk again with 2 Ks, in case you wanted to write him a Valentine's Day card. This is my first time ever having an adventure, and so I'm super stoked.
That's great. Yes.
Amazing.
So good. That was very good. Very good. Katie.
All right, I am Alunna. I am a half-elf bard. So my shirt says Alunna Matata because I like to sing. My biggest mission is, I think I'm really smart. Oh no, I am very smart, and I think I'm smarter than everyone else. And my biggest mission is to seek out all of the secrets of the multiverse.
And I am Jason, your DM for this evening and the foreseeable future. So typically at this point we do a recap, but there is no point in doing a recap because there's nothing to cap. As it were. We are going to start with Grokk being the first at the table.
Okay.
Those around the table don't quite know much about your character yet, so we won't let any of that necessarily out. But you are traveling in search of something, as you know, and you know that there are a number of towns that you will reach, and you've got an idea more or less of where you're going, but you're not totally sure exactly how you're going to get there. And so right now you're just kind of gathering information. One night, you have been told that there is a town of a decent size, probably about 2 miles up the road. And you are walking on a bright, moonlit night, quite calm. It's the end of summer, so the fall chill is starting to kind of like come upon kind of the countryside. And you know that Blackwell is a town of about 1,200 people or so that is just up the road, another 2 miles or so. The sun set probably about 2 hours ago, and so you're really looking forward to meeting some people as friendly as you are. And I would like you to give me a perception check. This is going to be the
First check.
first
check.
roll
So
of
like-
your D&D career.
Okay.
So if you hit this,
Yeah.
and then go to skills,
Skills.
You
Yeah.
can also swipe right.
yeah, and then
Perception.
roll a D20. So this dice here is going to be the dice that you
Katie
roll
just
for
figured that
almost
out.
everything that I ask you to do.
Gotcha.
Every time I ask you to roll for a check, it's that dice.
Check dice. Gotcha.
Check
Okay.
dice.
Check dice.
Check
Check
Everything
dice.
dice really.
Big money, big money. I
Plus what? Perception.
perception plus 1.
So 9.
9.
Okay. Okay. All right. You're walking along, and nothing of note seems to happen. You're kind of like, you're used to living in the wilderness,
Oh yeah.
and so you're really quite in tune with your surroundings, one with nature, as it were. When on the road, from out the trees, and there are trees that kind of line each side of this road, steps a figure, a large figure, probably about 6 feet to 7 feet tall, taller than you are, hunched over, and at this point you just see the silhouette. And he says, "Where you headed, friend?"
G'day. My name's Grokk. I just kind of headed down that way. I'm not exactly sure where I'm headed. It's a little bit dark tonight. But what about you, mate?
What's that way?
That way I'm looking for a town. I forgot the name, to be honest with you. Someone told me about it earlier, but you can come with me if you like. It's just, I think it's pretty close.
I'd like you to make a nature check.
Nature check. Okay. Oh, 5 plus 1.
5 plus 1.
Yes.
You're not sure what manner of creature this is. From the silhouette, it's quite dark, even though it's the moon is quite bright tonight and full. Just the way that the shadows are hitting from the sides, you're having a hard time. You know that he's hulking.
Yeah.
He's big, slouched.
Are we face to face? Like
You're
or is
face
it-
to face.
Okay.
He is about, I'd say, 20 feet
Okay.
up the road from you. He just kind of stepped out.
All right.
And he says, Have any valuables on you tonight?
Let's see. Not of much value. No, I'm sorry. But I bet if we go into the town, you can come join me. I'm sure there's plenty of valuables there.
That hammer looks quite shiny.
Oh yeah, this is my hammer. I don't have a name for it yet, but if you want to look, it shines really nicely in the moonlight. But you're gonna have to come a little closer so I can see, mate.
Oh no!
I would like you to make a. Now, is that a persuasion check, or are you trying to intimidate him? At this point, you can be
Naturally,
light.
it would be naturally like just come because he
Like
has no bad.
Okay, so give me a persuasion
intentions
check.
there. 3. What's going on today?
Maybe those dice I gave you weren't a good idea.
What is it called?
Persuasion.
+4, 7.
Okay. He says, "No, I'm fine right here. If you toss that and any other valuables you have on the ground and just move on along, we'll be just fine."
You got a scary voice, mate. Where are you from?
Around. Let's not belabor this.
Okay. To be honest with you, I think I need to keep my hammer. I would love to help you obtain some valuables if you like.
Give me another persuasion check.
This is so great.
I love this.
7
Oh, come on.
+4, math.
11.
11.
You don't get the sense that he is biting
Yeah.
on this whole thing. At which point, what's your armor class?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
18.
Pretty good.
At which point, you get smacked in the back super hard.
He's behind me?
No, no, he's still in front of you.
Oh, shit.
You get smacked in the back really hard.
Ah.
Something sharp,
Ooh.
but it doesn't. It stumbles you, but because of your armor and because of your tough skin,
Yeah.
it kind of glanced off.
Okay.
And the guy behind you hear a voice behind you go, "Uh-oh." Roll initiative.
Come on.
Is that the same as this?
So yes, you roll it again, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna add your initiative bonus, which
Do you
is
know
at the
what roll
top.
initiative means?
0.
Yeah.
4.
So 4.
Man.
Do you know what roll
All right.
initiative means?
So you will go last after these fine folks do. You turn around like this, and you see that there is another hulking creature, much closer, so you can see he's got tusks that come up from below his lips, and they're large tusks. He's hulking, about the same height as the other one, slouched over, gray skinned and kind of pig-faced. And he's got a great axe in his hand that he just smacked you in the
Dang.
back with.
Oh,
and
man.
he comes back and he goes to smack you again.
Oh, man. All right.
So it begins. You're going to take 7 points of damage.
What?
What? What does that mean?
As he comes right back and he comes down really hard with
Okay.
the axe. And it
So
digs
damage.
into your clavicle
7.
area, busting a couple of the chains in your link.
Ooh.
I think I did it,
Welcome
Tim,
to
Mel.
D&D.
What's that?
Did it? 7? I did it.
Yeah,
minus
you did it
7.
right. Yeah, that's right. So you have 5 hit points left.
King stuff.
What? You're almost.
And it stumbles you, and you're like, you obviously
Alright.
did not expect this to happen.
Okay.
The other one comes. You hear footsteps running behind you,
Yeah.
and you hear, and you hear you feel like the edge of an axe just kind of pass the back of your head.
Oh, you almost touched my dreads.
Yeah. Thorok,
Oh.
you are on a lonely road heading towards Blackwell. You have been again. I won't say it here because we find out in game. But you have been searching for something as well. You have information, an emblem, as it were, that you know. And all you know of, we talked about before, is the Raven. And you're in search of what we had discussed prior. As you're coming down, you hear the sounds of battle as you're coming down the road. Probably about, 50 feet in front of you. You see that there's a scuffle. You see that there's some silhouettes. Give me a perception check.
Here we go. 15.
Hey.
Okay,
Bad.
with a 15, you see that there are 3 individuals. 2 of them appear to be orcs. And another creature who's about 6 feet tall. And all you see is the glint of glowing green eyes. What do you do? And they seem to be swinging on him. It seems to be 2-on-1 with that 15. And you're about 50 feet out.
Doesn't seem like a fair fight. I feel like getting my hands dirty tonight.
All right. Are you gonna close the distance?
Yeah, so I'm gonna walk over there just to get a better sense of what's going on. But as a Goliath, I'm all about fair competition. So
All right.
I'd like to see what's going on
Can
there.
you give me a initiative roll?
Initiative. Oh, 3.
Okay. And how are you proceeding towards the? Are you trying to do it stealthily? Are you trying to get the jump on them? What's your?
No, I'm just gonna walk.
You're just gonna walk. Okay.
Yeah,
So you walk
right
your
up
full
there.
distance
Yep.
at 3. You walk your full distance. You get to about now. You're about 20 feet out from them. They don't seem to have seen you yet.
What's going on over here?
Okay.
Oh my god.
You hear
So
a
nervous.
voice like that. Just so everybody knows, Ryan is usually our producer, so he's usually on that side
Yeah, I'm not
of
normally in
the
front
of the camera. So I'm very, very excited to have him playing tonight. All right. So you hear a voice. You look down the way a bit. I'd like you to make another perception check, please. Let's.
What is that sound? 20.
Oh.
His name is Thorok Demoni. He is from the East. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, do I have to add something to it?
Well, that you can, so you do, but natural 20 is like an instant success.
Oh, okay.
In most,
That's fine.
Realistically, an instant success, so as realistic as possible.
Where was that earlier?
Right?
So you look over and you see this hulking 7.5-foot silhouette. He has a completely bald head. He's got dark markings on his head. I'd like to make a nature check as well.
Nature check. 7 plus 1. 8.
8. You have heard of creatures like this, just because they are known to have almost like stone-like skin, which is why you took an interest. You can't quite remember what they were called, but you've heard of these hulking creatures who kind of live in the mountains. That's all you know. Who don't grow any hair at all. He has pupilless eyes, and you can tell with that 20 that he is not happy with the way that things are going currently, and you get the sense that he'll probably help you if given the opportunity to. And you get that all from your natural 20 roll. He is well. He looks like he can handle himself, and he is armed.
All right.
You can see. Back up to the orcs. Oh, you didn't get your chance yet.
What's that?
It's your turn. So what would you like to do? So you have 2 orcs on you.
Yeah.
And
I'm fine.
5 feet out. One behind you, one in front of you.
And I'm in like fighting mode now. Like I can't call for help.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. So calling for help is free as a free action.
Okay.
On your turn, and you can also attack, and then you can also move, or you can do an action and move, but attack is one of those options.
Well, just because like he suffered some serious damage, I think I'm gonna hit back.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like I don't know, just be like, okay guys, I guess you want to play a little bit. So I grab my hammer and I start attacking the closest one.
All right. Okay, cool. Do you want to do the guy that hit you from behind, or the guy that you were talking to originally?
Oh, just the guy who hit me first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So turn around. Okay. Roll 20. Here we go.
Like
First
this.
attack roll.
17.
Oh,
Nice.
plus what?
Plus what? What do I add?
Your attack bonus. So if you go to attacks, it's okay. You go attacks here. So you attack, actions, right there.
My
So
hammer.
plus 5.
Wow.
Dang.
So that's 22.
Okay.
That is absolutely a hit. So now you're going to roll the damage. So what's the damage on it? It'll say 1d
says
something.
1d8 plus 3.
So roll a 1d8, which is that one. You've been studying.
He's played with dice all week. That's it.
7
Hey.
plus 3, 10.
Wow.
10. So you turned towards this guy, and you felt the other axe go the other way. As you turn and you're looking this guy basically right in the eyes, you come around and you smack him in the head with your hammer, just whap, And you have your shield in your other hand
Yeah.
because you're using your 18. It's not 18 unless you have your shield. Just remember that. It's 16 if you put your shield away.
Okay.
Because the shield gives you 2. So you come up, basically almost like an uppercut with your hammer, and you hear like a crunch, maybe some teeth flying. I think you chipped a tusk, and he kind of like backs up and he takes a couple steps back. It was a massive blow.
Nice.
That's what you get, Mike.
That's what you get, Mike. That is that was 10 points of damage.
10.
Jeez.
Nice, Tim. Grokk.
All right.
This is so exciting.
Your first battle.
I know.
Yeah,
All right.
pretty good.
I'm just trying to walk through a forest here.
All right.
Ah!
There's a really loud owl.
Everyone's
apparently,
jumping
too.
because we're like in battle or something.
So as you knock the guy back, he kind of comes back and he does a lazy swing with his axe, and you easily deflect it with your shield.
Yeah.
And the guy behind you hear him as well, and you come around and you deflect it with your shield as well. So you kind of just turn your back as he hits into your shield a little All right,
Fantastic.
you sir.
That's my turn.
That's your turn now. It's your turn again because he's actually last because of his.
Okay.
What was your initiative roll?
3.
It was roll 3, but -1, so 2.
Yeah.
Initiative
Okay. So what? Okay. So you. Sorry. So what's your initiative actually?
2.
2. Okay. So it's your turn again.
Okay.
They
So
both
I
missed
see
you.
the hulking guy over there, and I'll be like, hey mate, I can use a hand over here.
Yeah.
And I got these 2 guys. I'm like also kind of just
Yeah.
playing them out, so you can't really hear it that clearly. Probably like, hey, I help, please.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Who would you like to attack next? The same guy that you attacked the first time?
No, that guy got what's coming to him, so I'm gonna go for the other guy who's still kind of
Nice.
fully
Okay.
hit.
All right.
So yeah, I
Okay.
guess that
Roll an attack.
roll in a
D20.
right. Okay, so this is attack. 18
Okay. Wow. That's good. Plus 5, right? So
plus
that's
5.
23. That is absolutely a hit.
Ton of rock out,
1d8.
and then 1d8.
Do you yell that as you're fighting?
Yeah, I got an 8 plus 5. No, sorry, plus 3. 11.
11. Wow. This time, you kind of almost punch with your hammer, and you hear like almost like a crack. You crack some ribs for sure, and you feel it kind of cave into his chest a little bit, and he backs off like this and kind of whimpers a little bit, probably questioning their poor choices.
Okay.
Thorok, you're up. You
Um,
can bring your name thing up.
right.
Oh,
here
main thing.
There it is.
There we go. I am going to join. I'm going to join in
Yep.
with this this creature with glowing eyes.
Yeah.
And I guess I heard the words help, so I'm going to walk in and provide some assistance to him.
All right. So you rush in.
Yeah.
What are you going to attack with?
I have a great axe, so I'm going to attack with that.
With that. Okay. And which guy do you want to attack? The guy that's between you and him?
Yeah, the one
Okay.
closest to me.
Okay.
All right.
Charge with your axe out.
Hey!
18 plus 4, so that's
That-
22.
Okay.
And D12 plus 2. That's a 9 plus 2, 11.
Okay. He was not expecting it. He was still kind of clutching his jaw from the attack that just came at him, and you dig this axe deep into his back, and you hear a crunch, and he falls face plant into the ground, motionless, and your axe is still in his back. The guy in front of you, as he kind of backs off his chest, he sees his buddy go down, and he turns to run, and he starts to run. As he runs, you get an attack of opportunity if you'd like to take it.
What does that mean?
What was
So if he runs away while engaged in
if
combat,
somebody leaves your area of influence, you get a free attack on them because they're running.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, rock
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll
D20.
20.
Yeah.
11.
Okay.
Plus 5,
16.
That's the
16.
hit.
Myth.
and then 1
Whoa.
plus 3, 4.
Okay. You crunch him in the back in the shoulder blade, and again, you hear a crunch. You think you may even dislocated his shoulder as and he stumbles to one knee, and he gets up, and he starts to continue to hobble, and he runs his distance, and he's kind of starting to hobble and kind of pull his way into the shrubs,
Oh no.
into the bushes. It's your turn. Do you want to make chase, or do you want to just stay?
I want to see what's going on with the other guy that's here, so I'm gonna stay.
Okay, all right. You guys are out of combat currently. You have a dead orc lying in front of you, in between you. And you see that this gentleman is, he's got brown rock textured skin. Give me a nature check, please.
Nature check.
Oh man, he's gonna get his buddies.
Oh, that's 2, nature 3.
You've never seen anything like this before. He is like a creature you've never seen. He's got glowing green eyes, and as you approach him, they almost look like gemstones, kind of deep set into this rough, rocky exterior. Massive smile, almost immediately, even though he's clearly hurt and kind of nursing his wounds. He's about 6 feet, so he's about 1.5 feet shorter than you are. He's dressed in chainmail and kind of with almost nature-based designs in his armor. And he wields a warhammer and a shield, and he's got a massive maul slung on his back.
Are you okay, little tree?
Yeah, I really appreciate the help. Those guys were kind of going nuts on me, and I thought I saw you over there. You're a strong-looking guy. Maybe you thought you'd help if you were really nice. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
So, what brings you to the woods, mate?
I am looking for something.
All right. Well, I'm looking for something too. Where you headed?
I'm heading into town up ahead.
I think I'm going the same way too. This is perfect. I need to nurse these wounds, but I'm so glad we met. Hi, my name is Grokk.
I am Thorok. Our
Nice
name
to
is Rhyme.
Our name's Rod.
That's great. That's great. Aw, friends. Friends are friends. All right.
That's beautiful.
This guy's nice.
I
The
love it.
crickets are a bit loud. Audio.
Now they are? Yeah. Okay. I can bring it down.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
That's beautiful.
Alunna.
Oh!
The cicadas are loud. I'll bring the cicadas down. All right. You have been in Blackwell for about a week now. As you know, you are kind of on the search for knowledge and just to kind of figure out the world for yourself. You've made your way to Blackwell because you heard that it's a bit of a larger town in the area. Lots of opportunity and lots to be done there. You heard that the Shattered Shield is a historic, kind of lore-filled, almost a little mysterious a tavern located in the old city, so the older area of Blackwell. But it's owned by a tavern keeper named Kale and his daughter Violet. His wife passed away a number of years before, almost mysteriously, don't quite understand it. But anyways, you've played in this tavern for the last 2 nights. And now it is your 3rd night that you're approaching, where you are actually entertaining the crowd and so on. There has been a woman of gypsy origin who has actually been dancing for you. And she dances in this tavern, and they have new people coming in and kind of joining and playing for her on a fairly regular basis. and you currently now sit in the Shattered Shield, and you are on a break, actually. Violet comes over and asks you, would you like anything to drink? She's about 16 years old, very innocent, very sweet. You've heard mutterings of her sleepwalking. The other staff kind of poke fun at her a little bit, and even her aunt, who works here too, her name is Pella, she has kind of mentioned it in passing as well. So you're kind of gathering that she's kind of having a hard time sleeping, and they're finding her in the weirdest places in the evenings on kind of an ongoing basis. There are a couple of regulars that have attended. You haven't really gotten any other names, but you're starting to kind of understand and know the clientele. So Violet comes over and she says, can I get you anything to drink?
I'm gonna say, yes, please.
What would you like?
Can I get a drink that will help me sleep at night? 'Cause I'm having a hard time.
Interesting. I wish I could find one of those myself. I'm prone to sleepwalking lately. I don't understand why. Anyways, that's none of your issues. Like a tea, perhaps?
Maybe, but I'd like to hear more about your sleepwalking because that used to happen to me all the time. So tell me more.
I don't remember it. I'll wake up in bed and my feet will be dirty. The other night, in fact, one of my friends found me all the way across town. I'm just kind of standing at the edge of town. It's been happening for some time, more so since my mom passed away. But I don't really understand it, and I don't really remember a lot of it. Pharrell is actually, she's trying to help me. As you know, when she's not dancing, she's fortune telling, and she's looking into people's pasts, and she's trying to get into understanding, but she's not really seeing much, unfortunately. She keeps saying something about a conjurer or something. I don't know. Anyways, so a tea?
Yeah, the tea's good.
Okay. Chamomile? That helps me to sleep sometimes.
Perfect.
Okay. So she kind of walks off. Tonight, the tavern is kind of quiet. There is maybe a half a dozen people in the tavern. And like I said, the typical kind of usuals that are present. This is when I take out the module that we wrote. Let us reveal the Shattered Shield Tavern.
Wait, what?
What? Oh, wow.
Leave that one there.
Cute.
All right. Can you kind of see the whole thing? Yeah.
What?
Nice work.
All right, so if I can have your miniature there,
Me?
Katie. Yeah.
Of course.
It's a Luna.
If I can have a Luna, Katie. You are currently, taking a break at the side of the fireplace. This here is Frel. She's the gypsy dancer. She actually makes her way back over to her table. It's right by the door. As people come through the door, they ask if they want a reading done. And so as you take your break, she takes her break. She does some readings, and then she comes back and she does her thing.
Okay.
This here is Kale, of course, the tavern keeper and owner of the Shattered Shield Tavern. This is Violet, his younger daughter, who has now stepped into the back room to fetch some tea for you. We have a young gentleman here who seems like a commoner. You think he's kind of dressed nicely, but nicer than his clothes are quite common and quite frayed and whatever, but he looks like he's trying to look nice. And you've actually noticed him making eyes at Violet. They're about the same age. He's probably about 18 or so.
All right.
There's an elven lady in the back corner here who tends to keep to herself. There's a dwarven gentleman here who keeps to himself every night. There's a gentleman in the far corner. He's got spectacles, older gentleman in kind of a tattered suit, and he's got books just piled up on the table in front of him, and he's been kind of looking through them constantly. Over the last 2 nights, actually, you notice that he just comes here and he, for hours, reads through, gets some drinks, has some food, and enjoys. And there's also a halfling woman in the back who's actually a little bit shifty in general. And specifically tonight, and she does this almost every night, there is a Goliath, a female Goliath, at the edge of the bar here, who gets really rowdy. She gets drunk and cantankerous and just doesn't make it really, I guess, she just doesn't make it very enjoyable, I guess, for the rest of them. She kind of gets a little, so sometimes, actually last night she was asked to leave a little later in the night. All of them seem to be from this area. You've seen them here at least the last couple of nights. As well, there's another barmaid named True, who's actually fairly new to the tavern, and that is her here, and she is currently serving drinks in and around the tavern as you go. You were currently on your break. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Oh, I want to talk to the dancer.
That's not the dancer. All right, so you head over to the dancer's table, and Frau is sitting there, and you've noticed actually that. Actually, give me a perception check, please.
Wait, why is she on her break?
Who?
Alunna?
She's just playing. She plays here.
Oh, I only have 4, so 8.
8. She has a really super annoying laugh, and you've noticed that Kale kind of tries to distract patrons when they talk to her too much because it's actually quite annoying. And she's really mystical and but then she lets out this horrible laugh, and it's actually quite disjointing, I guess, whatever. Anyways, so you head over there, and she says, "Oh, hello, my dear. How are you?"
Good. How are you? How's your night going?
It's very well. I love dancing to your playing. It's much fun. Yes, it is.
Thanks. I love playing for you. So I hear you read fortunes.
I do. Are you interested?
I am.
Oh, well, let us see what the cards have to say. Typically, I charge 5 silver for a reading, but you play so nicely for me every night that I will do it for free for you.
Oh, so nice.
Well, you know, this is what we do. Do you come from the same place as I do?
Where do you come from?
Oh, very far.
Me too.
Oh, your voice just changed a little bit. I heard a little bit of my own voice in your voice, and I was just wondering maybe if this is, if you're not...
I know a lot of dialects. So
Okay.
No.
It's okay. All right. Well, please sit. So you sit down at this round table. It's got this black tablecloth over it, and she's got some typical kind of, mystic items on the table, a little crystal ball type thing or whatever. And you're not too sure. I don't know how you feel about this. You can kind of decide how you feel about this sort of thing in general. But she has a deck. And she pulls out the deck, which I have right here. And she starts to shuffle the cards. And as she shuffles, she kind of looks at you and she starts to ask you questions like, "So, what brings you to Blackwell? I know you are a musician, so you probably travel quite a bit, but why Blackwell? Why did you choose Blackwell?"
Just looking to enhance my studies a bit, and I hear there's some stuff here, historic stuff.
You are a how you say, scholar?
I am.
Oh, well, excuse me. You are pretty
Oh, thank you.
and talented and smart too.
Just got it all.
There is no man in your life.
Nope,
Oh, my dear. Did you come here all alone?
I did.
Oh my.
How about you?
Oh, well, depends on the night. Okay, let's do this. All right, so she holds the cards out. And how am I going to do this? I'm going to shift the camera so that I can lay them out on the edge there. Does that make sense? All right, so the first card she flips. Oh, that is the wizard. Interesting. That could mean many things. Perhaps you have the giftings in the arcane arts, or perhaps you know a wizard, and he's maybe had some sort of how you say positive influence in your life in the past.
Yeah, one of my mentors was a wizard.
Oh, see, that's the that's the thing that is so nice about these cards. See, the first card tells me about your past.
Okay.
That is your past. The second card will tell you about me, us, but the present.
Okay.
Let us see what it has to say. Oh, the seer. That is a very, very special card. That tells me, I know that you're a scholar, but you want to see things. You want to look deep into everything. You are a seer, I think. Very special.
Thank you.
Very, very special. This next card is about your future.
Okay.
Are you ready for
I'm
this?
ready.
Sometimes it's not the good things.
I'm okay.
Sometimes it's not the sometimes it's not the best things. Okay. This is the shepherd. Oh, this one. This shepherd. Sometimes the shepherd means that you are a lost sheep. Sometimes it means that you will be called to shepherd others. Maybe be voice of reason. But that is an interesting card for your future. Do any of this mean anything to you?
Any of these cards? The seer, I'd say.
Yes.
Yeah. I am looking for something special in this town. If you know of anything.
Something special.
Uh-huh.
In particular,
I forget what it was now.
you're looking for something in particular.
I am.
Well, I hope you find it.
Have you... I heard Violet talking about a conjurer.
Yes. Oh. What kind? What? Oh, yes. Well, I'm surprised she told you about our reading. Sometimes those things are private, but she is allowed to say whatever she wants.
We both suffer from sleepwalking. So.
Oh, yes, I've heard, and I try to look. Yes, she kept every time we do this, she pulls the conjurer card, and I don't understand it. Perhaps that will be made known in the next little while.
Alright. Cool. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. Well, perhaps back to dancing, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So she gets back up, you get back up, you start playing, even better than before, and we should have changed to the sound of the tavern earlier, but we didn't. But now we are back outside in the town for Snak.
Snack attack!
All right, Snak. You have been in Blackwell for a night.
One?
Yes, one night so far. You weren't planning on staying very long. As you know, you're on the move for your own reasons. And you're trying to keep a low profile. And so you're kind of staying away from the kind of the affluent areas of town. You don't want too many eyes on you. Again, low profile. You have found a tavern called the Shattered Shield. Yeah. You have found a tavern called the Shattered Shield, which has been actually quite good for, the people seem really friendly. They seem to keep to themselves. Not too many prying eyes from what you can tell. Last night was very, very quiet. Tonight you're heading from the area that you were staying in, and it's actually just southeast of the Shattered Shield, and it's kind of like almost like a not a boarding house, but kind of like a hostel, almost a medieval hostel, as it were. Small rooms. It's not really an inn. There's no common room. It's not very large, but it's comfortable enough, and it's better than what you've been sleeping in, which is kind of just the wilderness off the side of the road with a rock as a pillow. And so it's nice to be in a town. It reminds you of home, but you of course miss home and miss everything that home has, kind of that you've left behind. As you're making your way to the Shattered Shield, I'd like you to make a perception check.
D20, not D12. 15.
All right. As you're kind of walking along the side road that kind of leads to and through kind of a bit of an alley, you hear a scuffle behind you. and you get the distinct feeling that you're being followed.
So that's it?
Yeah. What do you do?
First, I look back to see if I'm being followed.
Yeah. You see, just as you look back, you could have sworn you see somebody kind of tuck in, kind of off to the side behind some crates.
First, I go, "Oi! Anyone there?"
Give me a persuasion check.
16.
16. Okay. No answer.
I'm going to carry on my way.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm going to run to the Shattered Shield.
So you turn off, dash at a run.
I like a jog.
Okay. So you turn around, you jog, and you come out of the edge of the alley, and you see the Shattered Shield in front of you.
Cool.
It's a cooler night than it was last night. You can tell that fall's coming. But the Shattered Shield, the warmth through the windows is kind of calling you. You enter?
Yeah, I'm going to go in.
All right. All right. At this point, we are going to light
Hey!
the blazing hearth candle from the crate.
Ooh. Can I light this one too?
What was following me though? Gee, here. Spice.
good.
It's a spice.
All right.
Wait, does this candle need to be lit?
All right. So as you enter the tavern, it is as you remember it. The typical, actually, more or less the same people who were here. You can put yourself in the doorway.
There's your door.
On that, yeah. The same people are here that were typically here. Although there's a couple new folks. You see a halfling female in the back corner who's actually kind of looking around a little shiftily, you notice. But the rest of them are regulars. You've seen them here. They were here last night at least. This is your second night here. As you enter, there is a half-elven, you're not sure, bard who was playing here last night when you were here. She's playing her lute. And there is a gypsy woman, again, who was here last night, who is playing, who is dancing. And she's got bells on, almost like a like a belly dancer would.
Cool.
What do you do?
Oh, man.
As you come in the door, you can see the bartender kind of looks at you, recognizes you from the night before, and nods at you.
I'm going to go over to the bartender.
Okay.
I'm going to walk up.
Yep.
Do I just go?
Yep.
I'm going to go here.
Sure.
What's her name again?
Well, the man behind the counter, his name's Kale.
Kale.
You remember from last night, and he's the tavern keeper. He owns the tavern. Last night you were keeping to yourself. You didn't talk to many people. You did speak to Kale, and he welcomed you to the Shattered Shield. But that was pretty much it. A little small talk, but that was pretty much it. And on the stool right beside you is this. 1 second. Sorry. Where is a woman raised? She seems a little abrupt and intoxicated.
I got kicked out. Oh.
And she last night you remember that just before you left that she actually was asked to leave because she got a little bit rambunctious.
Right.
But she is tall, probably about 7 feet. She's pale skin, kind of markings that you can tell are natural markings on her face and on her body. But she looks like a commoner. She's doesn't seem to be carrying any weapons or anything of that sort. What do you do?
I'm going to walk up to the bar right there, and I'm just going to kind of acknowledge her because I'm nice. I'm just going to be like, hey. And then I'm going to be like, hey, Kale.
She goes, huh?
Over here.
Kale comes over. He goes, welcome again to the Shattered Shield.
Cool.
Thanks. Hey, I was coming over here from where I was staying, and I felt like I was being followed. Have you heard anything about weird stuff going on around town?
Yeah, there's in this part of the old city, there's always some weirdness. just on the other side of the wall here is Brigand's Corridor. It's where the unsightly folk sometimes do dealings.
So you don't think I should need to be too concerned about it?
Yeah, you look like you can handle yourself.
I can.
It's true.
Drink, please.
What would you like to drink?
Your finest ale.
The finest?
Yeah. No, like the mediocre one.
Give me craft ones.
He laughs. He likes the, yeah. He's good one. All right. So he starts kind of goes back. There's a little bit of a keg, mini keg on the bar, and he starts to pour the mug, and it's the typical wooden Shattered Shield mug, emblazoned with the logo on it. And he pours it and he puts it in front of you, and he says, "Would you like to run a tab or settle this one up right now?"
I'll start a tab.
All right. Fair enough. Anything else?
No, I'll be around.
All right. All right. So, you guys are making your way down the road. You've cleared the 2 miles that it takes to get here, and you enter on the far end of Blackwell. And you've hit the main road.
Whoa.
Coming in. That's him for now. It's an elf right now, but we'll get you proper mini. So throw your mini over there. And you guys look up the road, and it's actually nighttime. So let's clear some of the townsfolk in the town square there.
Clear them?
Yeah.
Just
So
take 'em
yeah, all that guy, the kids,
Little ones?
all the little ones. The horse can be there, and the guards can stay. That little boy that's running around over there.
There's a farmer
there's a
here.
little
He's
boy.
gone.
Yeah, and the farmer would
He's
not be
going to
there.
sleep.
What about the lady right here? Where's his man?
That's a merchant. Yeah, the stalls are all closed up for the night. So let's
What about the guy with the store?
take that guy away too.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys looking up the main road. On the left, it seems like there's some homes, possibly an office. You're not quite sure. On the right, up a little bit on your right is a stable with a couple horses in it, and a building with a hanging sign. You can't see what it says from here, but as you were walking up, you see a couple people come in and out. So you imagine it's some sort of inn or boarding house or something like that. You see from where you are now, you see a couple market stalls. And you guys have had the opportunity to kind of chat over the last couple miles, kind of find out, I don't know what you guys want to disclose, if anything. You guys can do that now. If you're just making small talk, then that's fine.
I don't know.
You could have just made small talk, that's
Small
fine.
talk.
Okay, small talk. All right, you guys have made small talk throughout the way. Haven't dug really, really deep.
Okay.
Both are a little guarded. At this point, obviously, you've just met, but you did help each other, so there's a bit of a bond there. Cool. As you guys come up, what do you guys do? You see that there is another building, smoke coming from the chimney. Yeah, what do you do?
I am feeling quite exhausted from my journey. There was a female Goliath there. She was a bit spicy. Just my type. I hope she's there again.
Alright, you want to head over there?
Yes,
All right.
but not with you.
I mean,
You're gonna ruin my game.
that's fine, mate. You know, I'll stay out of your hair.
All right, so you guys head
Sorry, you don't have hair.
you guys head towards the Shattered Shield.
Shots fired.
You guys head towards the Shattered Shield. Okay, and as you guys enter the tavern,
Oh, they enter the
Yep.
tavern?
In there.
Sorry, what's he?
you guys see what is to be seen. You can bring up the yeah. You guys see the scene that's in front of you. You see your Goliath female, who you saw maybe a week ago last time you were in this town. And you guys kind of headed up a little bit. You didn't quite get to where you wanted to go, but she was kind of interested. You don't see Goliaths very often, so to see another of your kind in civilization is actually quite rare.
Go for it, man.
Beside her, you see a half-orc female who looks to be armed and looks like she can potentially handle herself at the bar. At this moment, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom
Wow.
saving
What
throw.
does that mean?
Not you,
remember.
just him.
Can
So
we Google it? I mean,
Oh, I try to Google it. Okay, Google it.
that's a D20 right there.
I don't remember what that means.
Me neither.
Well,
We'll find out.
that's where's my wisdom?
Oh, here, saves.
Wisdom. Okay, so it's a 9.
You have this really weird deja vu type feeling. Like you've seen this half orc before. But it feels like in a dream. Like, you know when you have deja vu and you're like, oh, I could have sworn I've seen her before. And then you get a flash of a weird flash of snow, cold. And then you flash back and you're like, what was that? And you don't quite understand what that was all about. But then looking at her, you don't know her name, you don't know where you know her from. There's this unmistakable connection that you've...
Feeling quite hungry. I feel like I need a snack.
Nice.
Very good.
Go plant yourself in the corner, little tree.
Alunna, can I get a perception check, please, from you?
Little tree. That's what you're calling it.
Got 19 plus 4.
Wow.
Oh, you know
23.
You are smart.
You see the two come in through the door. Very odd couple. A 6-foot kind of rock textured gentleman with green glowing eyes. And a 7'5" Goliath. You know it's a Goliath. That looks a lot like the female that's sitting at the bar. Or the same type of person. All dressed in black and reds. And very kind of like dire, like what's the word? Emo, as it were. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
D20?
Yep.
20.
Oh,
Natural 20?
Blinded by the dice.
20.
Yep.
Natural
Plus-
20?
Yeah, right? That's 20.
Yeah,
So you don't
totally.
even need to add.
Wow.
You've seen him before.
Who dey?
In fact, you remember. Again, it's like a dream. You've had a dream with him in it. Like, you know, I dreamt about this guy. Like, he's been in my dreams. It's very weird. The dream that you had, you were in a dragon's lair.
Okay.
And there was ice. You remember ice? You remember lava? And you remember that you fought next to him, but it was in a dream. It wasn't in real life. You know for sure that you've never seen this person before. Ever.
Do I do something? Can I do something?
You can. You're
Am I
playing.
Oh.
You're in the middle of your set. In fact, you kind of played the same chord a couple of times as you kind of zoned out. And Frel was like... And then you kind of came back in and she was like...
Can I just be like, okay, give me a minute, and then walk towards...
Yeah, so you just kind of stop and she's like...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Strange.
And
Okay.
I'll walk over to him.
Okay, so this, as you're coming through the door, a female half-elf, the one that was playing the lute, walks straight up to you. I'd like you to make another wisdom saving throw.
12.
You've never seen her before in your life. You have no idea who she is. She's attractive,
Okay.
dressed in kind of light pastel-y,
Flashing a little side boob.
flash in the side boob.
That's where I get my persuasion.
And it's funny. And she has flowers in her hair, and she seems to be half elvish. You're half elf, right? Yeah. What do you say? She walks right up to you.
Hey, this might sound weird, but... And I'm not trying to hit on you.
That's okay, you're not my type.
But have you ever been to an ice cave and there's lava and it's cold and fighting a dragon potentially, or in a dragon's lair?
Nope, can't say I have.
Weird. So what was your last adventure?
I was searching for a raven, and I came across this town with that very raven.
Do I recognize Snak?
At this point, as you're passing her, you don't.
Okay. Aww. Okay. Do I know that in my adventure, in my dream, that there's another person, or no?
You there were other people
Yeah.
present, but you can't remember what they look like.
Okay.
And he's just kind of looking at you like, what? No idea. You're clearly drunk.
Okay, then I go back to playing my lute in defeat.
In defeat. Okay. Frel comes kind of like trouncing along, and True, who you don't know her name's True, but she's a red-headed barmaid, a little thicker, all the push-up.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it from a mile away.
Dang.
She kind of walks past you, and she looks at you, and she says, "Well, hello there. Can I?" And she has two hands full just of drinks. She says, "May I get you something?"
Sure. I mean, I can help you with those if you like.
She looks at confused. She's not quite sure which those you're talking about.
The beers.
It's okay. I'll drop them off, and then I'll come back.
All right, sounds good, mate.
All right. Okay. And she's like mesmerized by your whole kind of demeanor.
Whoa.
She walks over, she puts the mugs down. She gives one to this gentleman, again, sitting at a table, spectacles, dusty kind of suit, and he puts it down, and he just kind of like, just picks it up, drinks from it, and just is going, kind of rummaging through some books. You also see a halfling commoner in the back corner there. Give me a perception check.
13. 14.
Okay, she sits very cautiously, seems anxious, kind of almost untrusting. She's looking around the room, and she stares contemplatively and quickly scribbles notes on a roll of parchment that she's got. She's kind of like looking around. She makes notes.
Okay.
What did you roll for your?
13 or 14 with
Okay, with your 14, you notice that she looks back to this side of the room regularly, and she takes notes. Look over. She kind of looks over like this and continues to take notes. The gentleman at the table is a middle-aged man wearing spectacles and a dusty frayed suit. He puffs a long, thin pipe, and you guys could smell kind of the sweet aroma of the pipe as it comes in. He pours over a pile of open books on the table in front of him, and it's clear from the lay of the table that he has no intention of being bothered. And as people kind of come near, he kind of glares at them, but he kind of goes back to what he's doing. She drops the mugs off, and she comes back over. She says, well, aren't you a interesting fellow?
Thanks. My name is Grokk. That's with two guys at the end of it. What's your name?
Oh, my name's True.
True.
Nice.
You're True
nice,
Blue.
nice. Why? And she actually blushes at this
Okay.
point.
Oh, wow.
You make her blush, and she says, what manner of creature are you? I've never seen anything like you. Those
Yeah.
eyes.
Well, I'm an Earth Genasi. I don't know where I got these eyes, these sparklers, but they help me see pretty well, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Can I get you a table?
Sure, whatever one's available, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
this one right here, and she points at the round table just beside there. And you can see that it's beside a dwarven gentleman who looks kind of gruff, like he's seen things. Doesn't appear to be armed, but kind of just sits at the table, kind of looks around. He's got a big mug of ale.
Cool.
And as you kind of sit down, and he kind of looks at you and looks up and down, and kind of does one of these and shakes out of the drink.
Wait, do I have a drink? No, I don't have one yet.
She hasn't. So as you sit down, she comes over and she says,
True!
I'm right here. Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Can I get what he's having?
Sure. He's having a nail. It's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
No problem. She turns around and she kind of walks back to the bar area. All right. What do you guys do?
What do you mean? Any of us?
Yeah. It's open season. You guys are in the tavern now. You are standing in front of him. You hear some conversation behind you. You turn around. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, are you gonna recognize us?
That's D20, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ooh.
And what do I modify that
So
at
go
all?
First
all the
page.
way to the first page.
Skills. It's under skills.
So wisdom.
6.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah. 6.
Oh. It's too bad. I wanted to recommend.
Yeah, you kind of look back and you kind of see what you see. Large kind of Goliath-looking character who you know is a Goliath from the female. They look very similar. Maybe they're together, you don't know. You see a gentleman walk over to a table who, again, rocky, kind of textured skin and these green, sparkling eyes. And you saw Alunna, the bard, half-elf bard, kind of walk right up to him and kind of start a conversation. And it seems like a weird kind of one-sided conversation. Like she's like, hi, and he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And so it's this kind of awkward, sort of weird, but that's it.
Right. So that all was very strange. Like, if these two Goliaths are like hooking up, I don't want any part of that because she already seems like a bit of a weirdo.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, not these two. And then she seems like a space cadet and has to play anyway. So I'm gonna, I like to meander with the townsfolk. So I'm gonna head over to the table because Rock Boy seems fairly normal and is drinking alone.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk over.
Boy?
Yeah.
Rock boy.
I'm just gonna be like, "Oi, can I join you?"
Yeah, go on, grab a seat.
Thanks.
I'm still just waiting for I don't know where True went. She's the lady with the it's quite curvy.
Does he react at all because I'm an orc and he got attacked by orcs?
No, I don't know. No, that's up to you.
Okay, I'd be like,
You can give me an insight check.
okay, let's do it. Because that's a good question. 14.
With a 14, you know she's a half-orc.
Cool.
And you know from your past experiences that half-orcs aren't orcs. Sometimes they have the same demeanor or whatever, but they sometimes lean quite towards humans, and they're actually quite common in this area and in towns in this area. So you don't feel like there's any sort of correlation.
Cool.
So I'm just gonna walk up. I'm gonna sit at my table and be like, "Hey, you look hurt. What happened?"
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, you're still quite hurt.
Yeah, I'm super hurt. Actually, I was on my way. On my way into town. I still can't remember the name of the town. I'm afraid.
It's Blackwell.
Thanks, mate. So I was on my way to Blackwell. I was there was this orc, and he kind of intimidated me, and I was kind of like, I'm just on my way, trying to make friends. That's what I do. And I got ambushed by these two orcs. They were nasty. And all of a sudden, that guy in the corner, that big hulking guy with the bald guy with the paint on his face, he came to rescue me while I was ripping it up. So I'm pretty spent.
Well, apologies for the orc attack. Shots on me. So I'm gonna call over the bartender and get some shots.
Okay. So
Make some friends. I make friends by making drinks. So
she's on her way already with your ale. She puts it in front of you, and she kind of smiles at you and winks at you. And then she says, what would you like?
two of your most mediocre shots, please.
Like a whiskey?
Perfect.
Okay, all right. 2 shots coming right up. She kind of looks at you. She sizes you up. Kind of trying to figure out if there's anything there. And she says, I'll be back. And she kind of rubs your arm and she kind of turns her. And she says, oh, that's...
This rocky.
And she kind of like, and she kind of pats you and she walks away. All right. I need to get somebody out of here.
Somebody.
You guys haven't seen that room yet, but...
No, I don't know. There's a room there?
All right, so out of the door comes a elderly, not elderly, but an older woman with a broom, and she's kind of like just sweeping in and around the bar area. You know her to be Pella, so she is the sister of Kale. And you know that she works as a barmaid in the tavern, but she seems to have strong religious beliefs. In fact, she doesn't quite like Frel so much. The whole mystic thing, and especially being in here, but Kale likes Frel here because it actually brings more clientele, and it's actually quite entertaining. At this point, Frel walks over to the group. She looks at you guys, and she says, she kind of doesn't look at you because you're at the table now, but she looks at you, and she now looks at you. Actually, you're the one at the door, and you. She says, "Oh, hello. Is this your friend? He is quite a dark and mysterious type, isn't he?"
He is. I swear I have known him from a different past or something that we've done together, but he doesn't seem to remember. So, I mean, maybe you could tell her for his fortune, and in the past it'll reveal like a dragon or ice.
Oh, that's very interesting. Would you like a reading, sir?
Very well.
Yes, okay. Come on over, please. It's very mysterious. So she asks you to sit down at this little table again, covered thing. She takes out the deck. She says, so, what is your name?
I am Thorok.
Thorok. That is quite the heroic name. Very strong.
It is meant to be intimidating.
It is. I'm very intimidated. Indeed. Are you a how you say, a Goliath? You
Yes.
seem. You are far from your home.
Quite far. I am on a journey.
What brings you so far?
My companion, who has now been deceased, I am following in his footsteps in search of a raven.
Oh, very interesting. Okay. Well, perhaps we will find out something about this one with you.
I'm not interested in her. I'm
No,
interested
but she.
in
Oh,
the other one.
which other one?
Can you tell my fortune with her?
Oh, perhaps, maybe. I don't tell anything. The cards tell me what they will. So she kind of closes her eyes, and you can tell she's trying to channel something. She mutters something under her breath, and then she opens her eyes at you, and she says, okay, I think the cards are ready. Are you ready?
Yes.
The first card is your past. The second card is your present. And the third card tells you something about your future. Sometimes, sometimes people don't like, but I take payment first. 5 silver, please.
Very well.
Thank you. Mark off 5 silver. You give her 5 silver. She says, okay,
We have money?
here we go.
Where do we have money?
All right. So, first card is the guild member. Now, this can mean many things. Perhaps it means something to you that is special and very important, but sometimes the guild member is about affluence and organization of sorts. Are you part of any organizations in your past?
I have joined a group of hunters.
Oh, hunters. Oh, that sounds very scary. All right, the second card is, oh my goodness, look at this. It is the raven. Very interesting. You said you are looking for the raven. Perhaps this is the one?
What more can you tell me of this raven?
Oh, I can't. It's only the cards tell you what they tell you. But I will tell you this. Sometimes the raven, people think the raven is a bad thing. It is not. It is actually a show of good things to come. You have come, I think, to the right place.
I have come to get lucky.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not in that business. You're not my type either. Third card is your future. Oh, this one is the Dark Lord. That is not a great card. Sometimes that means that there are dark forces at work to bring you down, to torment you. Are you tormented? And at this point, everything kind of goes a little darker in the room. Her voice kind of comes through to you, and there's this weird sense of impending doom that kind of occurs at the moment as she says that. And then she smiles and everything brightens up, everything comes back. And she says, does that frighten you?
Your presence disturbs me, woman.
Oh, well, thank you for your silver. Have a good day. And she kind of gets up and she walks off.
Oh no.
Not liking the vibes that she's giving me. So I don't even want to approach the Goliath woman anymore.
Okay.
I feel
Wow.
quite
Mojo.
exhausted, so I
Yeah.
think I just want
Killed your
to find
mojo.
some rest.
Okay.
She totally killed my game.
You know that when you were here a couple weeks ago and you met the Goliath woman, that there is a you had stayed at kind of a boarding house slash inn, kind of a mini inn, off the main road, off the square, and you know that that's probably where you want to stay again. It's easy, it's cheap. Is that where you want to head?
Sure.
Okay, so you leave.
All right.
Okay, heads out the door, on your way out. All right. Pella, the elderly lady is kind of like, she kind of walks over, she looks at you, she kind of like, she kind of like, just, not like that, but just obviously, and intrigued by your, and you get this everywhere you go. People stare, people gawk, some people are scared. So at that point, Alunna, what do you do? So you were still standing over here. She read his fortune. She kind of walked off. He went out the door.
Yeah.
So you're not sure how well that went.
Yeah.
And you guys are sitting at the table together.
We're sitting at the table.
Yeah.
I am going to. I don't have to play, right?
You know that you're paid to play 3 sets tonight. You've done 2.
All right. I'm gonna talk to. Is the guy with the book still there?
Yeah, he's.
I'm gonna talk to that guy.
Okay. All right. So you walk over, and as you approach, he keeps his head down, and he's kind of looking through, feverishly, kind of like scribbling notes on what he's reading. Takes a drink of his ale once in a while, and you go over here, and he says, "What do you want?"
I am a scholar and love to learn, and I'm very curious as what you're reading.
Just studying my notes. I'd like to just continue to do that, on my own, and in the quiet, if you don't mind. Thank you. And he goes back to kind of reading it.
Can I see what he's reading?
I'd like you to make an investigation check, please.
Check it.
Check it out before you wreck it. This is a d20, yeah. What does that say?
13.
13 plus a what? Investigative?
Investigation, yeah.
Plus 4.
17.
Wow.
Is that a name?
You see a symbol that had on one of his kind of note papers. As he opens up his book to a certain thing, and he looks at it, and he looks at some notes, and he looks over. You see a symbol. It's a circle with like a bird in the middle of it.
Okay.
It's a black symbol bird. It's kind of scribbled like he drew
Like
it.
a raven?
Yes,
Possibly.
could be. And he looks up, and he sees you looking at it, and he closes the book, slams it, and he says, "Please, I would just like you to leave me be. I am doing my studies. I just want to be alone."
Okay, I'm gonna grab a drink.
Okay. So you turn around.
I wanna go with the people.
So you're gonna go to these 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Alunna comes over, and she sits down at your table. The 3 of you are at a table together, currently.
Okay. Does she still not look familiar to me?
Yep. Never seen
Cool.
her before.
Oh, that sucks.
I just wanna know you.
Excuse me.
I'll just be like, hey, mind if I grab a drink with you guys?
More the merrier.
Sweet. Can I call back True?
Yeah. So it takes a couple moments. She's obviously in the back kitchen. Then she comes out through the door, and as she's kind of walking by, you wave her down. She comes over. She goes, "Oh yes, Alunna. What can I get you?"
Actually, where's Violet?
Oh, that's a really good question. I haven't seen her for a little bit. Are you looking for her?
She was supposed to bring me some chamomile.
Oh, I'll go look for her.
Okay.
I'll go see if I can find her.
Okay.
Sure, I'll be right back.
Cool, cool.
She says, "Everybody else okay for drinks?"
Yeah, I'm doing alright.
She says,
Maybe,
"Everybody, anyone else okay for drinks?"
maybe a cup of water.
Water.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Just maybe like, a paper cup or
Yeah.
something.
Like a tall drink.
Like a tall drink, please. Yeah.
It's a tall drink of water.
I hear you.
Cold water.
Ice cold.
Ice.
Oh,
How
ice
cold?
Maybe a couple of cubes.
It's very cold.
Yeah.
All right. So she turns around, she kind of walks that way.
This is weird.
Right? It's so funny. Okay, so she leaves. Pella continues kind of over. And she kind of smiles at you and nods at you and kind of looks you guys up, like is sizing up your table. The older woman who is a sister of Kale. Kale is behind the bar, wiping down the bar, and the Goliath lady, woman's like, she puts like this massive mitt of a hand, just smacks him. I want another one. Give me another. And he comes over. He's like, rolls his eyes. He's like, okay, one more. And then they're like having a bit of a thing, but she gets her drink and she then gets back down to just drinking and kind of whatever. The dwarf again, kind of, you catch him kind of looking at you guys and then kind of like minding his own business.
Which one's the dwarf again?
This guy here,
Okay.
sitting at the table. Violet comes quickly through the door.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
11 plus 4, 15.
Okay. As True kind of passes her, or as True's kind of going, True comes out of the kitchen before Violet, because you're kind of looking for Violet, and as True comes through, she kind of like looks over and she's got this tray. Violet comes towards you, and True picks up a tray from the table and some drinks, and then like sneaks a drink.
True does?
Yeah, like the rest of one of the drinks out of the thing, and then she kind of like goes into the kitchen, like she's like skimming alcohol and drinking on the job, and kind of making sure that nobody else sees. As she passes Violet kind of looks at her. She goes, like she kind of knows what's going on, and then she continues towards you. She comes over. She says, "I'm so sorry. I got caught up with some things, and here it is. I apologize. And she looks a little frazzled, a little bit, and you're not sure necessarily why, but she's.
Can I ask her? I'll be like,
Yeah.
is everything okay?
Yeah, give me a persuasion check. Or sorry, not persuasion. Yeah, persuasion. Yeah.
18
Oh.
plus 5.
With an 18 plus 5, she looks at you and she says,
23.
She says, I can't remember the last half hour. Since you asked me for that tea, I went into the kitchen. I must have dozed off, but I'm okay now.
Where'd you wake up or come to?
In the kitchen, where I kind of dozed off. I've been working a lot. I love helping Father, but it's a lot of work. I know I'm young, but man, it gets busy in here, and I'm kind of new at this.
Can I take a look back in the kitchen?
That's an odd request. What are you looking for exactly?
Just want to see if I start sleepwalking in the kitchen, or if there's anything weird there.
Well,
Okay. I'll have to ask Father.
That's fine.
Okay. So she kind of walks over and she goes. She waits for a second, like I know what you're gonna say, but she kind of like, and he's like, what? Okay, and he kind of walks out from behind the bar and he comes over to you and he says, you'd like to go into our kitchen?
Yeah, his daughter experienced some sleepwalking in the kitchen and just took a long time to make tea. Just want to check it out and make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, she's it's another one of her spells, I guess.
Spells?
She's been having these. She blacks out and I call them spells. She just has a spell of sleepiness and kind of will wake up in random places and what's that?
Oh, nothing.
She wakes up in random places and I know she looks nothing like me. She's adopted from the orphanage across town. Before the missus passed away, the only thing and the best thing that an old fool's ever done is to take care of her. I just worry about her so much. And he kind of is pouring his heart out a little bit in front of you guys, which is a little weird, but you know that Kill is a fairly open guy, and it's a bit of an open wound, especially when he talks about his... But she can get you anything you need to drink, and she knows everyone here. If there's work that you're looking for, she can point you to it. I mean, that's all. And he kind of stops for a second, and he kind of like sits down at the table, and he says, he rests his heavy hand on the table, and he says, frankly, looks around at you guys. She's been acting kind of strange as of late. Keeps on disappearing on me. His eyes wander off in a daze. My sis, Pella, she's over there serving up some owl, and you can see that he points over, and Pella's actually picked up a decanter, and she's pouring some beverages for the gentleman over here. She said something about having one of her bad feelings today. She knows how I get, and she won't tell me what it's about. It's got me distracted. Excuse me. And he steps away to collect himself, and he just kind of gets up and he walks away.
Guess you're not going in the kitchen.
Can we call Pella over? And just be
Sure you
like,
can.
Hey, one drink?
Yeah, so she kind of she's walking around, and you've known actually that and I wrote this and I can't find it, that there is a, oh man, hang on one sec.
Take your time.
It's all right, mate.
I'm Grokk, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Nice to meet you. I mean, I don't have an accent. I don't really know.
Cool. Your music sounded really good.
Thank you.
Snack.
You. Nice to meet you.
Yep.
Snack. I like snacks. My favorite is probably popcorn.
I think that bartender thinks you're a snack.
I think so too. I think so too. She's acting kind of strange towards me.
I think she likes you.
All right. Let's see what happens. Maybe we can get these drinks for free.
Hey.
Hey.
Shattered Shield, is known for its wizened owl wine. Or it's kind of a liquor. Sorry, it's like a heavy liquor.
Sounds good.
And she's got a bottle of it, and she's kind of going around and filling people's cups, and they're like, hey, and people seem to really like it.
Okay.
What's that?
Go ahead.
So she comes closer to the table, and as she starts to pass, you call her over.
Yeah.
Okay, she comes over. She says, yes, my dear, what can I do for you?
Can we get a round of that drink?
The wizened owl, it is.
Yes, please.
Oh, of course you can.
Thank you.
And so she pulls out a couple cups from the bar, and she comes over, and she starts to pour it out. Little wooden mugs, the ones that you see. And she kind of pours this much into it, right? And she kind of pours it. You guys, all around, the three of you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, mate.
I can do that for you.
Thank
You, sir, you make your way across. You get in, and the innkeeper kind of recognizes you.
Yeah, he's going to bed.
Says,
FOMO.
yeah. He says, welcome back. I haven't seen you in like a week.
I've been out and about.
Yeah, same room.
Yes.
All right. Okay. How long you been staying?
What's that?
How long will you be staying?
Just the night.
Just the night? Okay, well, that's 10 silver for the night, for the room. That's,
All right.
Smoked with silver.
all right. Thank you. All right. So, is there anything else you want to do this evening? I want to make sure that I get back to you constantly.
No, I'm just gonna rest.
Okay. All right. So you head up to your room. Kinky? Is that what you said?
Ticket.
Oh, I think
I
so.
heard
Kinky.
I was like, oh, kinky.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So I love it. Okay, so you go upstairs. You make your way into your room. You unpack your things. You start to kind of settle in for the evening.
I think this is it,
Yeah.
not that.
It's not the bell
In
tower.
bell
You're not
tower.
sleeping in the bell tower. You could. I mean, you could if you want, but no. All right. All right. Pella comes over, and what can I get for you?
Heard from
Anything
Kale
else?
that you are having bad feelings about today.
Yeah. I just I get these bad feelings, and I haven't had one of these like this since like my sister died. And my sister-in-law, as it were, Kale's late wife. I have bad feelings every once in a while, and you see her kind of reach into her shirt, and she kind of like she has an amulet or something that she kind of like rubs, and she says, I get these feelings, these thoughts, and it's probably nothing, but today it's worse than ever.
Can I look at the amulet more?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Oh,
Check it out.
Check it out.
19.
Wow, I'm getting good rolls.
Wow.
19.
More
It's those
foundry right
dice.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second. Investigation?
Yeah.
Plus 3, so 20.
Wow. You absolutely can tell that it's the symbol of a sun, very, very clearly. A circle with an indented sun, and it seems to be gold or something to that effect. That she rubs it, and she says, I don't know. I worry for Violet. Something's not right.
What happened to your sister-in-law?
We don't know. Just one night she died. Unexpectedly. Can't really say either way what caused it. We had all kinds of healers look at her, and nobody knew exactly what happened. Just randomly one night. But I had a feeling that day that something was going to happen, and it did, and I'm having that same feeling tonight.
Okay.
Have we noticed that she's playing with this thing?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
She's talking to like all of us?
Yep.
Oh, at the table.
She's
didn't
talking
ask
to you,
her
but
about it yet, right?
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
are.
Oh, no, not yet.
I'm gonna say, what's on? You're playing with that. What's on your neck?
Oh,
That
that's
looks nice.
Well, that's nothing. That's nothing. And she just kind of puts it in. She like
Nothing.
buttons her top up. She says, "Oh, it's just a trinket, just a trinket from my childhood."
Do I know what that sun means?
Give me a religion check, and you can give me a insight check.
Wow, 19 again.
19.
21.
20.
You've seen that symbol through all of your studies. You know that it's an ancient symbol of an ancient god. That is not common at all. But you've seen it in like old religious texts and spoken of the sun god, but that's all you know.
I got a 16 on my insight check.
She's hiding something. Like, she doesn't want to be as forthcoming as you think she would.
Right.
Not maliciously, but
Is she still at the table?
yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to talk about it then.
You don't have to talk about it. No. She says, "You are quite the. What are you?"
My name's Grokk. That's with 2 K's at the end. I'm an SG-Nasty. I guess I don't look like many people that you've probably seen.
I've never
I'm
seen
kinda
anything
used to
like
it.
you.
I'm kind of used to it, yeah.
Yeah.
These are like rocks, if you feel it. It's kind of rocky.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Where'd you come from?
Actually, I've been living in the wild with
Yeah.
my father.
Huh.
My father raised me, and we've kind of just been living outside. So when I go into the towns are kind of weird. Everyone's kind of looking at me.
Yeah,
So
well, you
I'm kind of used to it.
You are special.
Oh, appreciate it.
I have a sense of goodness,
You're very kind.
light about you.
Oh, thank you very much, mate. You're not too bad yourself.
Oh, why thank you.
It's so good.
Thank you.
Have we gotten our wisdom ale drink things yet?
True comes over. Yeah, she already poured them. She had poured them. Pella is the one that. Was it Pella that poured them for you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pella poured them for you.
Cool. Do they do anything for us? Are they like wisdomy or something?
Nope. Just really good. You guys sip on them, and it's really good kind of liquor.
Delightful.
It's got an owly taste.
Ow, it tastes. Is that a feather?
Can we call Violet over?
Yeah. So you just. Pella's kind of standing there, and you call Violet?
Yeah.
Okay. She said, 1 minute. She kind of looks over, and she's kind of doing some things. She's giving out some food. And as soon as you call her over, you can tell it kind of twinges Pella a little bit. She says, are y'all looking for work? I mean, your type tend to come into town and looking for something. If you are looking for work, what I need is something I need done. I just, before she comes over here, can you keep an eye on her? if she leaves the tavern, follow her and tell me where she goes. She seems to be asking with like a depth of concern and loving air of an aunt. So it's not she's assuming the worst, but you can tell that she's looking for some insight into what is going on. And then she looks up at you desperately, sincerity burning in her eyes. She says, "I can feel it worse today than on that day. Something bad is going to happen and it involves someone here. Maybe ask around, get to know people, look out for anything suspicious." She quickly walks away as Violet kind of passes. And Violet comes to the table. She says, "Oh, are you done for the night? I thought one more set was going to be.
Yeah.
My dad wants you to play. He kind of nudged me and trying to be nice about it, but not really good about the nice thing. And
No,
I'm really nervous and kind of tired. And
Okay.
you can tell she has bags under her eyes too. Like she's
Not
been
sleeping.
lacking some sleep.
I'll play. One more just for
Hit it,
you,
Alunna.
but make sure you're still
One more set.
around.
I'll try. I'm not gonna go far. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Do you
Can I
want?
ask them that, like, if they're down to watch over?
Yeah, sure. So she walks away. Go ahead.
You down to watch this girl?
I'm just staying in the inn just right over there, so I guess I could stick around and watch for a bit.
Cool. I don't have a home, so.
I'm sure old maid over there should put you up for the night.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure how much money I have. I don't know what these coins mean. So I'm just going to keep them in my pocket.
Would you mind looking after that girl?
Yeah,
She,
absolutely,
like,
mate.
sleepwalks?
Keep an eye on her.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
As you get up to play again,
Bye.
Frel walks your way to your table, and she says, "Oh, are you on again? Are you going to be playing?"
Yes.
Okay.
I
That
mean,
is
yes.
very okay. You're doing that thing again with your voice. It's very interesting. We will get to the bottom of it. But until that, you go play. I will dance in a minute. But I want to ask your friends. Would you like a reading?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the reading?
Oh well, I have these cards, and they tell the past, the present, and the future.
Sure, why not?
And yes.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
this is great. Who would like to go first?
Ladies first.
Okay. Alunna gets up, starts to
There you go.
pluck her loot, and as soon as you start to play, kind of the liveliness and the mood of the room kind of picks up, and people start to clap and all that kind of stuff. You're going first?
Yeah.
Okay. You walk over. Same thing. She picks up the cards off the table. Thank you. And she says, "Well, you, my dear, I know what you are. You are a half-orc. Is that right?"
Yes, ma'am.
"I'm not a ma'am. It's okay. You don't have to be so how you say, what's the word?
Polite.
Polite. Official with me. I'm just a traveling storyteller. That's it. I dance a little bit. I read the cards. It's okay. You can just be nice with me. It's just not normal. It's okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You are very giggly. You are the nicest half-orc I've ever met in my life.
I've had some drinks tonight.
I see. Yes. Well, Weisendal tends to do that to you. Okay. So, let us see. Tell me, what is your name?
Snak.
No, I don't have any of those. What's your name?
My name is Snak Jones.
Your name is Snak.
Yes.
That is interesting.
Thank you.
Do you have a good relationship with your parents?
Very good relationship with
Yes.
my parents.
They named you that on purpose.
Yeah.
That is your name.
Yes, my
Oh,
dad
cool.
is a half orc and he gave me an orc name.
Huh. I never heard that before. That's very interesting. Makes me hungry. Sorry.
Yikes.
Okay. So, where do you come from, Snak?
I'm just I'm here for a bit. I came from another town over. I'm just I'm wandering.
Just wandering around, eh?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Again, the first card is your past. Second card is your present. Third card, future. Let us see. Oh, very interesting. The first card is the innocent. It means that there is somebody innocent in your life, perhaps a child, cousin. Perhaps it speaks to you being innocent.
Something to that effect?
Mhm.
Oh, I can see in your eyes that rings a little true, yes?
Maybe.
Playing hard to get, I like it. Second card is the Dictator.
Other side.
Oh, not this way. Okay. The Dictator. That is not good. Sometimes. Dictator means that there is somebody in your life who's pulling the strings, yes?
Yes. Maybe.
Somebody who wants to tell you what to do. Perhaps an overbearing lover. Perhaps a mother that doesn't know that you are already grown up, maybe? Okay. You're not giving me much.
And I don't do that.
Okay. The last one, oh. Don't be scared. These cards sometimes have double meaning, you know? This last one is called the Dungeon.
Oh.
Dungeon.
That speaks to captivity. I would be careful in your future because you don't know where you will end up, maybe. And I know that people of your kind sometimes are misunderstood.
Yes.
And the cards tell me that maybe that is the case,
Okay.
but that you be careful, or
Thank
you will
you.
end up in chains, maybe, or not. I don't know. Thank you. 5 silver, please. Thank you.
How do I do
Okay.
that?
She says, "Oh, you come over here.
All
I
right,
cannot
let's
wait
do
for
it.
these."
You have a nice accent.
Oh, thank you very much. So do you.
Thank you.
I've never heard yours before.
I don't know.
I've been lots of places too.
I don't know where it came from.
Oh, okay.
It's just how I talk.
All right.
How much
Okay.
is it going to cost?
5 silver, please.
All right. Well, this looks like about 5.
Is that 5? Okay, thank you. Right
Oh.
here in front is fine, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it, thank you. Okay. So, what is your name, sir?
My name's Grokk. That's with 2 K's at the end.
Grokk.
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 There's 2 K. You can go but I just like to shorten it. It's just Grokk.
Grokk?
Yeah. It's a,
Grokkuku.
Grokkuka is usually how it's pronounced normally, but it sounds stupid, so I just call it myself Grokk.
Okay. So you come from far away?
Yeah, pretty far. I've been kind of all over. So, yeah, it's my story.
You
Pretty
are,
much.
You are a Genasi, aren't you?
You're so smart.
I have been around. And at this point, you see a depth of wisdom behind those eyes that is not
Yeah, not a lot
prevalent.
of people can tell
Yeah.
right away.
And she says, of the earth kind.
You're absolutely right.
Was your mother a genie or your dad a genie?
Well, I don't actually know my genie mother.
Oh, that is, the dour like that sometimes.
Yeah,
They don't like to stick around.
that sounds about
I am
right.
sorry, but you're probably better off. They are not very nice.
Are they?
No. Okay.
Continue.
Well, shall we look
Yeah.
at what the cards have to say?
Let's go for it.
Okay. As you know,
Well,
maybe you
there's-
don't, maybe you heard before, maybe not. The first one is your past, second one is your present, third represents your future. We will pull the cards, we will see what they have to say. She does this,
Oh.
mutters a couple things, and she says, okay.
What did you just say?
The first one is the paladin.
Hey. Cool.
That is a good one. That means that there is somebody in your life, or your life represents goodness, and the benefit and the joy of protection in your life, maybe. Do you know someone who followed the way of the paladin?
Yeah, actually,
Perhaps-
my father was a paladin in his past in his lifetime, but now he's kind of just hanging
He
out.
was.
Yes, sir.
Really? Your father was paladin.
He was.
The cards never lie. I tell you.
These are some fancy cards. That sounds like Boston.
What is Boston?
I don't know what that is. I was just kind of thinking about something in my head, something funny. Must have been like a crazy animal. Or something.
Funny.
That's a crazy laugh.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's exciting.
Oh, it's very.
Oh my goodness!
I like.
It just makes my
I
eyes
like
glow
you
a
very
little brighter
much.
and brighter.
Yes, your eyes do glow. I like it. Okay. Okay. The second one is the artifact. And that is usually something that you have something in your life that has significance, a memento or a gift or a something that brings you to meaning of who you are and where you go and gives you your life a purpose. Is that true?
Yeah. So I mean, I got this amulet from my father.
Oh,
I have no
yeah.
idea what it means, but because it's my father's, I like to
Yes.
keep it with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, do you know what this means? I have no idea.
I believe that is one of the nature gods.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yes, I don't know much more, but I know it is nature magic.
Nature magic.
Yes, of that kind, yes.
I'm excited about that.
Yes, you know.
I'll learn more about that later, I
I'm
guess.
sure you will, yes.
Alright, well, I'm gonna maybe tuck it away. Keep that a little safe.
I get the feeling that isn't the artifact we're talking about.
Oh, is it not? I can't really think of anything else. But. Oh, you know what? It must be something that that is really exciting. Yeah, there is an artifact that I'm actually looking for. And it belonged to my paladin father, so it's weird how those two cards kind of.
Really?
Yes, ma'am? No, sorry, you don't like to be called that. I heard from your last conversation.
It's okay.
Yes, so this artifact that I'm looking for, I don't know exactly what it looks like.
No kidding.
But
It's amazing the way the threads of life bring things together.
that is quite interesting, yeah.
Last card, future. Ooh.
Oh no,
No, it's not bad.
I'm a little worried.
There's no need to be worried, but this one is the marionette.
Okay.
Now the marionette, you know what a marionette is?
No idea.
Marionette is a puppet.
Oh, puppet. I like puppets.
Yes, but it means that maybe there is somebody out there that, how you say, pulls the strings. Somebody behind the scenes is
Is there?
he's just pulling the strings. Just a little. Hello, Grokk. This is making the Grokk dance.
Okay, well, I really have no idea what that means, so
Okay.
I'm gonna just maybe
Just
remember
keep
one
an eye.
marionette. Yeah.
Yeah, keep an eye out on it. Maybe.
I'll look out for some strings.
Yes. Perhaps a good idea. Yes.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your card reading.
Yes.
I think it was really fun. I had a good time.
Okay.
You have a nice life.
Yes.
And I guess I'll just keep that for some future knowledge for
Okay.
later.
Thank you. All right. Okay.
Alright.
Thank you.
Are you gonna dance later?
Oh, right now.
Alright.
Thank you.
Can't wait.
She gets up and she starts. She even starts on the way over to the other side of the. This is my belly.
I love it.
I'm wiggling my hips. And with that, we're gonna take a break, folks. It is. We probably need to stretch our legs. It is 8 o'clock now. We actually don't have a lot more to go, folks.
What?
Yeah, like
Well.
we're killing it. We're moving through it
Woo!
pretty
One's
quickly. I
up.
like it. Thorok is saving us some time because he's
Thorok
snoring
chaos.
off.
Where
Just
did
being
Thorok go?
the emo
I
Goliath
love
that I am.
it. I love it.
Just sulking.
I love it. I love it. I like it. Okay. So we're gonna take a break. You guys, if you guys have to take a bio break, I definitely need to. Are there any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my accent.
Yeah. You don't
The
have to do it.
silver
Yeah.
How do we pay for silver?
thing, but it says I have 0 silver, but I have 10 gold.
Yeah.
So
same.
there's 10 silver and a gold.
So how do we like do
So I give
it?
him like.
So you just do the difference. So you would say if something cost 5 silver, then you take away 1 gold
So
and
say I
add 5
have
silver.
9 gold and now I have 5
Ah.
silver.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't automatically do it.
So
It
I'll
might
remove 1
do
and
some
I'll
of that
add
stuff,
5 like that.
Yeah,
Oh, so
exactly.
that makes sense.
Yeah, something like that.
Do we have starting gold in as level 1?
You should, yeah,
Add-
because of your starting package.
So I remove
It's
1
10?
gold.
Okay.
and
Well, it depends
add
on what your
5
starting package gives
silver.
you, based on
Ah,
what your.
quick
Yeah.
maths.
That's
Does Rebecca? Anybody have any questions? I know that we have had a steady group of members watching us
yeah?
all night. It's been great. It
Thank
hasn't gone down at all. You
you.
guys have been great. So
Brandon
thank you so much for
and
hanging out.
Dave, if you're still there, I'd like to say hi.
Yeah, Brandon and Dave had characters just like that in one of their adventures.
Yeah.
Character just like what?
The fortune teller.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe
I'm
the
gonna
same
go,
one.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Is my hand tasty?
Rebecca says she loves the fortune teller. Everyone's laughing. Steve is on, of course, from Sirenscape.
Wanna get mine from
Christina is watching us as well.
Good day, guys.
David says, "Yeah, girl."
Who?
David, of course.
Yeah, girl.
Anyone need anything?
No,
No,
I think
my head up.
I'm good. I am gonna go to the washroom though.
Yeah.
I will answer some questions and I will do some things while you guys go. Again, for those of you that are watching that have not gotten the crate, that are members of the Realm, you can get this sound set. Actually, it was exclusive to the crate, but you can get it as a super siren. So if you go on and you subscribe to Sirenscape, then as a super siren, you have access to it in your community. David says he loves the shirts. And then also, this will be made available in the Realm as a PDF download. Please don't share it outside of the Realm. It's our gift to you guys. The people who got the crate actually got the hard copy and all the wonderful things that come with it. But yeah, if you guys have it there, you guys can take a look. It's probably going to come out in the next little while. Brandon says, "I love the Beholder. Always looks shocked what he sees on the DM screen." It's funny. Right on. Oh, this is fun though. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
having a blast, man.
Tim's killing it.
He's so good.
So
Eh?
for those of you who don't know, Tim is brand new to D&D. He's never played. He had no idea what it was, and then Jay, being the wonderful DM and awesome, I guess, gateway into D&D, he brought Tim on board, and now Tim is part of this stream, and it seems that he's fully immersed in it. So.
Dude, his accent is so
good. So good.
so
Katie's really good too. She's
know,
really,
so
she's really,
She's pushing the envelope a lot. Like I love
Yeah.
that. She's really taking initiative, which is great.
yeah. Man,
I'm
this
really
is great.
impressed. No, it's good. I'm excited to these once a month. And it's so much fun because now we're writing all of our encounters for the crates are so integrated that just walking you guys through it all, like writing it and then having it like play out like this, and it's just so cool. I just love it so much. All right, I'm gonna go to the washroom. Ask Tim about how he feels about D&D so far when he comes back.
All right. Well, it's just me holding down the fort. So if there are any questions for anyone who's viewing, let me know, and I can do my best to answer this as we wait for other people to join this table. There she is.
I'm back.
Snak is back. Brought some snacks too.
Yep.
So quick backstory on the t-shirts that we're all wearing. How did it come about? Who came up with the idea that we should all? So we came out with our own sort of slogans, our own signature sayings for our characters, and as we were getting ready for this stream, so on the second episode, I came out with mine saying "Less talk, more Thorok." So I think my actions speak louder than my words because I'm not a very talkative person. Snak being the her name being Snak.
I'm a bit wily with my arrows.
Yeah. So Snak attack just seemed very appropriate. And Katie Alunna, being, I don't know, the musician and songstress that she is, Alunna Matata was a very appropriate slogan for her. And Tim, being an Earth Genasi and playing along those lines, rock out with your Grokk out.
2Ks?
Yeah, with 2Ks. That's his saying. So we all decided to make that into shirts, and we went to Michael's, got ourselves a blank t-shirt, and then printed these graphics out, and then ironed them on. So now we've got our own custom t-shirts. How cool is that?
Here you go.
This was a collaborative effort. Thank you.
We thought it'd be fun to do for the stream. Turned out to be a success.
Jason had no idea.
Yeah.
So funny. We should make him one, I guess.
I know.
I didn't really.
But yeah, we can sign them for you all later. $500.
5 silver.
Yeah. Oh wait, can they even hear us? My mic's not on.
Oh, me neither.
Check 2.
Check 1, check 2.
There you go.
A fireplace all the way
Good job.
upstairs from that candle.
I can't smell it at all.
Me neither.
Oh, here I can.
Oh, I think maybe because I've been sitting in here the whole time.
Yeah, same.
Oh, Tim. So how do you like D&D so far?
It's pretty fun. Yeah, I got kind of thrown right into it at the beginning with that attack.
We were commenting on how fully immersed you are into
Oh,
it.
I'm so into like the role playing stuff.
Oh, that's
I'm
delightful.
still like
Right?
super confused about the dice and everything. But,
They'll
It's
tell you
all
what to
good.
do.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah, and
You're doing great.
all
Maybe
the stuff
better
on
than
the
us.
phone, but also just love doing this trying voice.
I feel like at some points you're like, you forget that you're doing
Yeah.
it.
I
Yeah.
forget it. I sometimes turn into like
A Boston
a
accent?
Boston accent or
Cads.
Irish.
You're like, cads? How do you like
Yeah.
them cads?
Yeah.
Cads.
Bad.
And then it's like, what's Boston? I was
Hey,
like, oh,
cad
shoot.
lady.
Cad lady.
What's Boston?
No, it's so much fun.
Are we
Nah.
allowed to like discuss our plan of attack now or what?
What plan of
I
attack
don't know. We
is
don't have
there?
to attack anything. You're just snoozing away
Yeah.
in the hotel.
Just
Yeah.
was really sulking there.
FOMO.
Yeah. I've got a.
Who's the lady who's like she like hit her thing?
That was Pella.
Pella?
Pella.
Pella?
And is she
The
the
old one.
she the one with the broom?
I think so.
Yeah. She's Kale's sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
She seems
Girl,
interesting.
girl.
Are there any questions?
Yeah, if you have any questions now, all of us are here. We're just a bunch of noobs without our DM.
We have no idea what we're doing, so
Yeah.
hit us up.
Look at this dice. It's like toasted marshmallow color. It's
Overcam it.
amazing.
Overcam this.
Do it. Nice.
So cool.
Should we
Very
all show
cool.
what we're rolling with?
Yeah.
All right.
These are my,
Norse Foundry dice.
I guess so.
Are those your Norse Foundry dice?
A little bit
Norse
different.
Foundry, if you're watching, hit us up and let us know if these are
These
Norse
are my-
Foundry dice.
Are they?
No, they are. These are.
Yeah,
I
they are.
love these.
Yeah,
These are my
really,
favorite
really
dice.
cool.
Those are mine.
And then
Also
Katie
Norse
also
Foundry.
has some
Whoa,
Norse
now.
Foundry dice.
Rose
Very, very
gold.
cool rose
Those
gold
are
dice.
shiny.
And these are what Ryan's playing with.
Yeah, currently I'm just playing with some regular Chess X dice. Wow, wow.
I don't know what that means.
One of these days I'll get myself a nice set of Norse Foundry dice. But Katie's been rolling really well.
Yeah. Like 19s.
I
If you
like-
watch our other streams, typically, well, everyone in the realm watches our other streams, obviously, so typically, Norse Foundry tends to screw Jay over in his dice rolls.
Yeah, bastards.
Oh.
No, I love Norse Foundry. Drew and all
These
those
are
wonderful
mine are
folks.
Norse Foundry, right?
Yeah, actually, speaking of Norse
It's
Foundry,
confirmed. Mine are Norse Foundry.
speaking of Norse Foundry, we're doing a promo right now for our crates. That if you sign up, you get 1 dice per month, every 7 months till you get a full set. This whole set is worth $125 US.
Wow.
And so each dice is worth like 17 bucks, I think. So you get one of those bonus in each crate. And then in the 8th month, we send you a Elderwood hex chest, wooden hex chest with the RealmSmith logo on it to keep all your dice in. How freaking cool is that?
Very cool.
And we have some, oh my gosh, Ryan, we have some amazing stuff coming tomorrow.
What?
UPS package is arriving tomorrow. So tomorrow night's stream, we are going to get some
Stay
goodies.
tuned for tomorrow because, oh man, I'm so excited.
I can't.
What's the
That
D&D
looks like a giant.
equivalent of Groundhog Day? Brandon says. Bullet Day. That's good.
Is it a joke?
Yeah.
Tell us.
It's a D&D joke. You would get it. Bullet Day. Do you know what Bullet is?
No.
No. All right, let's jump right back in.
Let's make a D&D noob joke later.
You are sleeping, and you hear a... I have a wooden table I built, so I can... At the door,
Wow.
in the dark. You actually just starting to doze off, and you hear a firm knock. And as you kind of get up, there's light coming through under the door, and you see a note slip under the doorway to you.
Ooh.
Now you can keep that to yourself, or you don't show it. Nobody else is there.
Oh, that's so
That is cool.
jealous. I want to know.
Me too.
That's what happens when you go sleep in the middle of an adventure. Uh,
info.
No one's
Is there
around.
anything that you would like to do upon picking up that note and reading it?
I quickly get up and try to catch who had slipped that note under my door.
'Kay.
So I like just try to burst through the door and I'm
Okay.
looking around.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Perception check. Let's go. That is a 2.
Oh.
That is a
Crickets.
2.
Yeah.
No one there. Like total, utter silence.
Man.
What would you like to do?
Hello? Who was that? Is anyone there?
No answer.
Alright, well, I think I'm going to... I'm feeling a little bit miffed and on high alert now.
A little FOMO.
Yeah. So I grab all my stuff
Yeah.
and make my way outside of the inn, still trying to see if there's someone there. And yeah,
Do you bring all your gear with you, or do you leave like your pack there and just take your
I'm
essentials?
gonna.
You have a key, so you can lock it.
I'm pretty cautious, so I'm gonna bring my weapon with me.
Nice.
And I'll leave my gear in the inn.
Sorry, say it. So, last thing. Sorry.
I'm just taking my weapon with me.
Okay, so just weapon. And your armor.
Yep.
Put your armor back on.
Yeah.
Okay. So it takes you about 5 minutes to don your armor again. And you make your way out. Okay. As you guys are chatting at the table, you just had your fortune read. You're making your way back to the table, and Thorok comes. He comes in the door.
Back into the Shattered
Yeah.
Shield.
Back into the Shattered Shield.
Ah, Thorok, there you are, mate. Where have you been?
Oh, I was trying to get some sleep.
Alright, I understand.
Who's your friend?
Oh, that's Thorok. I don't know much about him, besides that he's a giant Goliath. Doesn't have any hair. His eyes are kind of just all white. And he has like paintings on his face and he's looking for some kind of raven.
I know Alunna doesn't look familiar to me, but does Thorok look familiar to me?
Did you do a wisdom check? You did.
Was
yeah.
it on both of them?
Yeah.
And I still don't recognize him?
Nope.
Oh.
What about Alunna?
I swear I went on an adventure with him. He doesn't remember it though.
Still on that, eh?
Sure am.
Like I said, you're not my type.
Alunna,
Yes.
as these guys are kind of making small talk, you've been watching Violet, and Violet
She's playing,
at
right?
this
Yeah.
point, yeah. So you've been they're playing. You don't know. You see Thorok come back in. Violet is coming past, like, out of the room into the kitchen, carrying a tray. Passes True, and Violet puts a wooden mug, onto True's platter as she walks by. And True, again, before going to the kitchen, takes a little bit of a swig, emptying whatever little remains, and puts it back on the tray and walks through the door.
Is this her, right?
Yeah, that's
Why
true.
are you outside?
Okay, so I see that happening.
Yeah, she just takes another.
Is Alunna the only one that has seen this so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you guys are at the table with Thorok.
Cool. So, kind of hungry.
Why'd you come back? I saw you in here earlier.
That fortune teller was unsettling to me.
We had ours read too.
She's kind of weird.
Bit weird.
She has an exciting laugh though. I love it.
It's grating to my ears.
So is it just the three of us at the
At
table?
the, sure, yeah, at this moment, Alunna, you notice that you haven't heard you're not hearing the bells
What bells?
from
dancing?
Frel,
Oh.
and you turn and she's gone. And not only is she gone, but the
Right.
tablecloth's gone, the crystal ball's gone, the cards are gone. Like, there's no sign of Frel having been here. She
Okay.
didn't say bye. She's just gone.
Can I go talk to Kale?
Yeah, sure.
Just be like, hey.
So you finish up a song and you kind of
Yeah.
walk over. And he's like, "Yeah, there's a couple more songs left in your set. Is that right,
Have you seen Pharrell though?
Frel?"
Pharrell?
That's funny.
Skateboard P?
says, I haven't. She was only supposed to be here, I guess, a certain amount of time. I guess that time has come. Do you need her? I didn't see her leave, but she kind of comes and goes like that.
Just enhances my performance, you know?
Oh, well, you do pretty well on your own, sweetie.
Thanks.
I really appreciate your music. Must say, there's had a lot of musicians come through here, I tell you. And there was this one guy one time with the bagpipes. I just can't tell you how horrible it was. But you really are something else.
Thanks. Just gonna talk to this table and I'll get back to performing.
All right, a couple more songs, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
will do.
Thank you.
And then can I go talk to the
Yeah,
table?
yeah, all four. Yeah, now you all four together.
Have you guys seen that girl? Pharrell?
Pharrell.
Pharrell?
I didn't notice her. Is she gone?
All of her stuff's gone.
That's weird. What about Violet?
She walked in the back.
Supposed to have keeping an eye on her. Oh. Share.
She is the bartender's daughter. She's been acting weird. We've been tasked to look after her.
And she's in the back right now.
Potentially missing. One of us should go back there.
Can we go inside?
You know the owners and the shopkeepers. Why don't you go back there?
Can someone talk to True?
Distract her?
No. Well, she's been drinking weird things.
Has she?
Yes.
I didn't notice.
Well, I've been seeing her take swigs of leftover drinks, and who knows what's in there. You know?
Well, I don't mind chaining her up.
Yeah.
She's been really friendly with me, so
She likes ya.
yeah. So
At that moment, True comes out the back. Pella is in the kitchen.
Okay.
Imagine.
And so is Violet, right?
Yeah.
So she comes over?
No,
Or-
she just comes out. She
I'd be like,
Oh, okay.
True. So join us for a minute. I just have a couple questions.
all right. Comes over. Yes, how can I help you?
I just
She looks right at you, like you guys aren't even in the room.
a little bird just told me that you've been having a little skimming a little bit of the drinks. I want to make sure you're all right. You know, I'm not saying I'm not accusing you of anything. You know, I just want to make sure that that you're all right.
Give me what's your intention in this?
What's my intention?
Yeah.
Because of the conversation that they have, I want to just see like what's the deal. Like I'm not trying to build any kind of connection with her. More so just
So you're
trying to.
you're trying to persuade her to get to
Yeah.
open up. Give me
Yeah.
a persuasion check.
Persuasion check. Ooh.
Come on.
14.
Yeah. She says, I mean, that's mighty kind of you. Sorry, that's the wrong accent.
It's fine.
That's mighty kind of you. I didn't think anybody noticed. I'm sorry. And she seems really embarrassed by it.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, she seems like she's not. She's making a bed on your sweater.
Nice.
If that's okay.
Yeah, no, totally.
The tavern dog is making a bed on Tim's sweater. So she says, oh gosh, I'm so. And she goes red.
Okay.
And she's like, just nobody tell Kale. He's been talking to me about it. I love the Weisendow so much, and Violet knows, and I'm very embarrassed. I'm sorry. And she just kind of walks away, and she starts to walk back towards the kitchen.
So I want to learn more about this Weisendow drink.
Okay.
Is there any? I guess I'm gonna have to. Maybe I'll go back to the table. Like, hey guys, I just talked to True. She did admit to.
She was at the table.
Oh, so she talked to. She talked to.
all hear
Okay.
this?
Yeah.
So.
That's why she was a little embarrassed. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyone at the table know anything about Weisendow?
No, but I've been around for 2 nights now, and I'm pretty friendly with Kale. I can go and talk to him and see what's in his secret drink, because I like to make drinks too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, I'm gonna go over.
To Kale.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey,
He looks up
Kale.
at you. So,
Over here.
and then he looks over and he says, "Oh, a couple more songs."
Oh yeah, I'll go play again.
Thanks.
Yeah, she's a bit of a
He
slacker,
says,
right?
I really like that one. What's that one? The happy song.
I think it's by Pharrell.
It's, clap along if you feel like you're a room without a roof.
Because
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
happy.
that one,
You
please.
got it, Kale.
Yeah, I like that one. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. thank you very much.
Yep, you're welcome.
Hey, Kale.
Hello, Snak, right?
That's me.
Yeah.
So I think I told you the other night that I like making drinks too. I have this barkeep set from my dad.
Yeah, you seen that? Yeah.
I love this wizened owl drink.
Mm.
What I'd love to learn more about it.
The wasn't out.
Yeah, it's so good.
I mean, I can't.
Obviously, I don't think you're gonna give away your secrets, but I just want to know more about it. I feel so good after drinking it. What's in it?
Oh, I can't tell you that. I mean,
Why'd you make it?
hmm?
Why did you make it?
We started it like 10 years ago when we opened this place.
Why is it called the Wizened Owl?
Well, there's a lot. Owls are wise.
Is there an owl in it?
Not quite. He seems obviously very guarded, and he says, "Listen," he says, I consider myself, you know, kind of an old soul, and there's a lot of history behind this place. You know, a lot of people think it's just a tavern, but there's some rich history here, and so I consider myself a purveyor of history, and that's why I opened this place. After the last place burnt down, and I just, you know, I figured I wisened up, and I made a good thing about something that wasn't so good, you know. So that's why I called it the Wisened Owl.
I see. I do, like we talked about, I do have these brewery things with me. I do make friends wherever I go. If you tell me how to make it and what's in it, I can make it for these friends and tell them about your
Give me
tavern.
a persuasion check.
Oh gosh, that's not good.
Oh, no.
2.
I'm not telling you how to make a drink. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I mean, it's a family secret. It's been in the. I can't do that, obviously. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Excuse me, but why are we talking about drinks when we were supposed to find out about where this barkeep's daughter is?
You asked him for. He says,
Am I back
says-
at the table now?
No, do you come up and talk to them at the bar?
Yeah.
Him and you're looking for my daughter?
I just came in here and this group was muttering about keeping an eye on your daughter.
Snack?
She's not my type.
I'm not sure how I feel. What do you mean by this?
Listen, he's not good with people. All he means is that there's some concern about Violet and her sleepwalking and the safety. So we're just gonna, make sure she doesn't get hurt.
Give me a persuasion check.
Well, not again. My hand is covered in tavern dog slobber.
Come on,
At the
Norse
moment.
Foundry, don't screw us.
Oh, it's still not good. That's what,
a 6.
persuasion? 6.
I'm not sure how comfortable I am with you keeping an eye on my daughter.
It's not.
I've taken
We're not
care
tailing
of
her.
Just stop for a second. I've taken care of her myself for the last few years. No harm will come to her as long as not on my watch. So y'all just can calm down and mind your business, please. I appreciate your patronage, but I got this. Like, it's all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go back to the table.
Okay. And you can tell he kind of like eyes you guys while he's like wiping down the down the counter.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey guys,
What's that all
he
about?
won't give us up any information about the drink. Owls are wise, so he named it that. Also, we gotta stop following his daughter.
Something wrong with your eye, mate.
No, I mean, let's still do it.
Alright. Well, She's in the
Kitchen. Last you saw.
that's. And you're playing music. It's just us three at the table now.
Yeah.
Chatting about.
She's got to finish her Pharrell song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm happy.
Is True around?
Not that you can see.
All right. Well, maybe I'm gonna go look for her. I want to talk to her.
Who?
Quick. True.
You look around the tavern. You can see the common area, and you don't see her anywhere in sight.
So can I just kind of like wander almost towards the kitchen and just kind of like do a little look one of these like. True. You there?
Yeah. So you
Alright.
you open up a crack.
Yeah.
You give me a perception check.
Okay. 18. 19.
19. As soon as you open the door, you hear crying, whimpering. It sounds like True. And you hear Violet's voice kind of calming her. It's like, it's okay. He won't find out. It's okay. I'll make sure he doesn't find out. And so it sounds like she's consoling her.
Yeah.
At that point, the door, which swings both ways, right,
Okay.
smacks you a little bit. And you're like, whatever. and Violet's there. She's hi. Can I help you?
Right. I'm Violet. My name's Grokk. That's with 2 K's at the end. I was just looking for True. Actually, I want to speak to her for a minute.
She's just taking a moment.
All right. You doing all right?
I'm fine. A little tired.
Okay. Okay, great. Was just kind of checking up, making sure everyone's all right. I'm just gonna head on back to the table. Good to see you. Nice to meet
Do
you.
you folks need anything? Or?
I think we're good. Well, we was just nothing. I'm gonna head back.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you, Violet. So I'm gonna head back to the table and I'm gonna be like, hey guys, whoa, my voice changed. I've been doing it all night. Hey guys, I just went back to the kitchen and I found Violet trying to. What's that?
So I just heard that.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody's knocking on the wall over here.
It's weird.
That's creepy. Oh wait, you're playing. I just found Violet's right over there, so I think she's good. But I found her consoling True, saying it's okay, you won't find out. Not sure who she's talking about, but that's kind of raising some eyebrows.
Maybe Kale won't find out that she's skimming drinks.
That's a good question.
I'm tired of all this speculation.
You're going back to bed, Thorok?
Let's just get straight to the point. I want to barge into that kitchen and just demand
Can you
that
fit through
everyone
the door?
sets things straight.
Yeah.
I want to intimidate.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So you get up, you barge into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay.
No nonsense.
Okay.
Thorok's pissed.
You barge into the kitchen.
Let's talk.
Let's talk. All right.
More Thorok.
You barge in, and like True jumps, and you can see that she has she's been crying, obviously, tears kind of streaming down her face. Can't really see that there. Enough. That's okay. You kind of barge in. True is kind of on this side of the table here, crying. Pella is talking to her here. Violet obviously is out, has come out and is doing her thing. And they go, oh dear. And Pella says, I don't think you're allowed in here. Can I help you? Do you need something?
I want to know why the tavern wench is crying.
At this point, you hear, excuse me, from behind you. He says, you're in my kitchen.
And what of it, weak man?
He catches him off guard, and he says, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, sir.
Make me.
He calls back to Violet, and he says, Violet, can you fetch the guard, please? And she says, oh dear, okay. And she kind of runs out this way. And you can see Violet kind of like passes through and out the front door.
I'm gonna I see this, I can hear Thorok yelling. Can I hear Thorok yelling?
Give me a persuasion check. About perception check.
Yeah, I want to kind of do that too. Just want to.
Sure.
I wanna
14.
chase after.
Perception checks.
Perception check.
14.
Okay.
11.
Alunna.
What's
Can
12?
I chase? Oh,
12.
oh, that was enough.
Got some tongue there.
Yeah.
16 plus 5.
Wow.
Wow. 21. 21.
It's perception, right?
Yeah.
Oh, plus 4. Sorry, 20.
20.
16.
12. You hear everything that was just said, and you know that she's going out to get help
Okay.
because you're closer. You're playing. You hear a commotion happening, and you know it's not good. And you hear this this voice.
Yeah.
You've heard this tone before. It's familiar to you. All of a sudden. You hear that there's a commotion.
So I'm just gonna like, I hear the commotion. I know there's a commotion. B, I hear a familiar sound and see her run. So I kind of do that whole like, stand out over my chair and like put my hands on my swords.
Okay.
But like I'm just like observing because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so you're just being kind of like on guard.
I'm like ready to go.
Okay. The dwarf beside the table stands up like this and starts to kind of look over towards the kitchen to see what's going on.
Yeah.
This young guy runs out the door behind Violet.
Violet, is she at the door now?
Yeah, she's at the door. The young guy who was sitting over there, who was kind of like keeping an eye on her. You remember that? He was kind of sweet on her. He runs out after her. The Goliath is passed out on the bar.
Her?
Yeah, and the suspicious halfling in the corner scoots out the door as well. Doesn't want any part of this. The guy,
This guy?
yeah, the guy who's looking through his books doesn't even lift his head from his reading.
Can I be like, I'm going to take a break, intermission, and then run after
Yeah,
Take
sure.
a lot of breaks.
So
Alunna.
you start out towards the door.
Yeah.
Okay. You start out towards the door. You're about here. Okay, so we're actually going to go now in not initiative order, but now everything takes a minute, right? So we're not in initiative, but everything takes. We're going to go in turns just
Okay.
because of space. Okay, so you were over here. This guy is now here.
She won't get zapped.
So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you make it to here, Katie. Let's bring this out a bit. So you make it to about here. Do you want to make a double move with your turn?
Makes it to where?
I want to move
Here.
again.
5, 10, 15, 25, 30. So you make it out the door. You see Violet talking to the guard as you come out the door, and this guy is kind of here, and this girl is like this way. Sorry, she's talking to the guard over here. Why would she go over there? Okay, this guy's now gone.
So the guard was the guy that was sweet on her?
No.
Oh, he was just
You're
outside?
just gonna
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We can't just go now. We have to go in order, right?
Not in order, but I just whatever you guys are gonna do. You guys can go in order you choose, but we have to do like if you're gonna move, it has to be the movement that you are able. You're at your speed.
I'm gonna move towards the kitchen. Only because I'm intrigued by that, because that sounded familiar. She's like, I don't really care about her yet.
Yeah.
Like I don't know her long enough to care about her.
Sure.
So in my mind, I'm like, that was weird, and
Yeah.
something's going on. I got
Yeah.
my hands on my short swords, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna start moving towards the kitchen.
Okay. So you're gonna move here. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Is
You
that
make it to here.
Is that how far
Behind
I'm allowed
him,
to
yeah.
move?
You move 30.
Who's there?
And then that's the tavern keeper.
Kale.
Yeah, and he says, Kale.
Spinach.
Yeah, Kale looks at you and he says, "I'm not gonna make you, but the guards that are coming this way are. So I'm gonna give you one chance to go out that back door. But I need
Wait.
you out of here."
He's talking to me or talking to him?
Yeah.
Through the door.
No, he's in the
He's
doorway.
in.
Oh.
Not until I get the information I request.
Give me an intimidation check.
Let's go, Thorok.
Intimidation, let's go. 20.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, but minus 1, so it's 19.
He says, he kind of backs up 10 feet and kind of into you, Grokk. And he says, "Listen, I don't want any trouble here. They're on their way. I can't change that. I don't know what kind of information you feel you need, but please don't hurt anybody.
Tell your guards to back down.
They're not my guards. They're the town guards.
You're the one who asked for them.
I sure did because you're causing a ruckus in my place, but I don't want any trouble."
Why is the tavern wench crying?
I don't know. Maybe ask her nicely.
Can I step in?
Yeah, you can do. You can take a turn now.
Cool.
Where
And I'm
where are
behind.
you?
I'm like right
Here.
behind
Yeah.
Kale, right?
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
I want to head towards the kitchen.
Okay.
Do I have enough moves to get in?
Yeah.
Does he have to
5,
move like around him?
10.
Or can you just go around him?
He can find a way around him. 5,
Okay.
10, 15.
And then I want
You want to go in
I
the
want to
kitchen?
go inside, kind of just like swing open the door, kind
The
of.
door's already open.
Oh.
It's kind of now cocked open.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, he backed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Door's cocked open, so that's fine. So then you were now beside Thorok in the kitchen. You can see Truce crying.
Yeah.
And you can see Pella beside her, like holding her,
Yeah.
kind of like this, looking at Thorok, scared.
Okay.
So
I just want to come in, like, because I kind of heard what was going on. I'm like, hey, everything all right here? What's going on, Thorok?
I'm not one for talking. Let's just get straight to the point.
All right, and then I'll glance over at Chu. It's like, Chu, Chu, I can see that you're upset. You mind telling me what's wrong? No, that sounds British.
that's okay.
It's okay. I'm just upset. Please don't hurt us, sir. Please don't hurt us. I didn't mean to skim. I didn't mean to skim alcohol. I just
And she starts to like look a little bit like woozy, like she's starting to kind of sweat, starts to kind of pool on her forehead, and she looks like she's almost going to pass out. At this point, the door slams open, and a guard comes in to the doorway, with Violet behind him, like here, and he's right here. And Violet kind of points into the back, and the guard kind of like, the guard comes in and says, all right, whoever in here is causing trouble, I'd like you to come out of the kitchen, please. And you hear a yell at that point.
I'm just gonna kind of like stand up straight casually, take my hands on my short swords, and like back up a few steps to pretend, like just to keep observing, but pretend because I haven't like engaged yet.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep observing to see what's
Okay,
going on.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, I almost rolled a
Oh, you
D12.
roll the d12 again.
Okay. 17.
17. With a 17, you can tell that the dwarf is kind of like paying attention to see what's
This
going
one?
on. Yeah, he's like now, and the old man.
And I'm like backed up a bit here.
As the guard came in, the old man closed his books,
Right.
Okay.
and now is kind of looking around the room to see where this goes.
Right.
The woman back here she's doing something. She takes out like this, kind of like is an elven woman, younger elven woman, but she's got like looks like a bundle of
Sage.
something. Yeah, she lights it and she starts to like do this
Oh dear.
in the air around her.
Oh no.
And she looks very scared.
Right.
And obviously Kale is kind of like backing up like this. So you've got a view into the kitchen. The door is cocked open right now.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just chilling. I'm just like trying to pretend to chill and just like because I haven't gotten involved with anything yet.
Yeah,
I'm just
sure.
trying to like.
Sure you don't want any trouble. Sure.
I'll take my leave. I've got what I want. So I wonder. I'm not gonna go through the back instead. I'm just gonna go through the front because I'm not afraid of.
So you're going to go 5. Are you going to go double move?
I'll just go regular.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah.
You make it to there, and the guard, as you come around the corner, kind of looks up at you like this. As well, a guard opens up you see him come through the back door. You see that. As you see him walk through, what do you want to do? Or actually, Luna, what do you want to do?
You're outside still?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You went outside, so guard came in. Did you want to follow them in?
Sure, I'll follow the garden.
Okay, so you're... Where are you?
Yeah.
So you kind of come in beside the guard here.
I'll just wait and see what happens.
Okay, so
some
you're
happy.
you're just kind of like back here.
I'll play some Happy by Pharrell.
All right. The guard says, "You the one causing trouble?"
What if I was?
Well, I'm telling you, it's not going to go well for you. Give me an intimidation check.
Do it.
Ooh.
I think
Oh.
is that a reroll?
That's a 5 minus 1, 4.
Oh.
He says, "Well, I can tell you you're outnumbered and the tavern's surrounded. So I would suggest that you make your way out of here on your way.
I have no intent to cause bloodshed. Let me pass.
If you go peacefully.
Well, that's what I plan to do.
And he looks over at Kale like, can I let him go? Like, is it okay? And Kale's like, just like, get him out of here. Okay, so you make your way through. Violet kind of like steps against the door like this. The guard comes in the back and looks at you and he says, and he puts his hand on his sword. And he's like, what's going on here?
A cowboy?
Hey. I don't mean no harm. I'm just trying to talk to my friend here, see why she's crying.
Are you causing trouble?
Everything's good.
He's got his eyes on you.
You can put your hand off your sword, mate. Everything's fine. I just want to check on my friend here.
Persuasion check.
I just want to check on my friend. Ooh, 16 plus 4, 20.
Nice.
Where's the trouble?
Is there trouble? There's no trouble here. I think we're all good, mate.
We're called in here. I can't just let it go.
I've never heard anything about trouble.
Big guy, Goliath.
Big guy.
Yeah.
He
go for that,
Thorok,
but-
he's my friend too, and
He's your friend.
He's all right. He's
Oh,
all right. So,
I didn't hear. I heard he was causing trouble.
was he?
Yeah.
But I think everything's all right.
I'm just gonna go that way. And he starts to like walk past you. Do you let him?
Do you let him?
I don't know what's happened out here, right?
No.
Oh shoot. I'll be like, no, I want to talk to him a little bit. I want to be like, actually, all right, well, I mean, he's out there. You can talk to him if you like. He's the big, tall dude.
Can't miss him.
Yeah.
A guard comes to the door and starts to talk to Kale. You notice that right here. You can hear that the guard says, "What's going on?" And he says,
I love it.
Kale says, "Listen, Cletus, it's all right. He's left the building, and we're all right. You guys can all just go on your merry way." He says, "All right," and he turns around and he kind of walks this way towards the building. The two guards talk and they start to walk out.
Did I notice the elvish lady being all like, "Oh my god"?
Yeah.
Yeah? So I'm gonna like grab my drink and casually stroll over because I'm still trying to figure out what's going on in the room. And I'm gonna casually walk over to her and be like, "Hey, so you seem scared. What's the deal?"
She does this in your face.
I'm gonna be like, "Oh, hey, I come in peace. I am a friendly mean orc."
I am not sure.
I'm not sure.
What? How can I convince you to make you sure? I'm so nice.
I am protected by the light of Aladdin.
Okay, you're protected, so now you can talk to me. Why are you so scared?
Please leave me alone. And she's just doing this weird kind of like sage blessing of herself.
Well, that's interesting. Can you bless me too so I can be safe?
Give me a persuasion check.
16.
She looks at you, cocks her head to the side, and she says, "Well, you don't mean any harm?
I do not mean any harm.
Okay, just stay where you are, but
I wasn't involved in all of that.
okay, just stay where you are." And she reaches into her back pocket, and she takes out like this, like, almost scepter-looking thing, and she starts to do this, and you get water, like holy water, like sprinkling on you. She does this. She's like, "Okay, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good."
So what did you just do? What did you just throw on me?
The blessed water of the Night Mother.
And what will that keep me safe?
Yes.
What will that keep me safe from?
Everything.
What are you keeping yourself safe from?
Everything.
Specifically tonight, what are you keeping yourself safe
There's
from?
darkness on this land.
I'm gonna put my hands back on my short swords and be like, "What are you keeping yourself safe from?"
Ooh,
Intimidation.
Intimidation. Am I intimidating?
12.
She turns around, starts to trying to open the window, to try and get out, just stuck in the corner between you. And she's like hitting the latch, and she's trying to like lift the window to try and get out. She's freaking out. She keeps looking back at you like, "Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me!"
I'll let you out if you tell me what you're getting yourself safe from.
Oh my gosh! She turns around, she goes, listen, I just like to be extra safe, and I just want to take my precautions, and it's none of your business, and I just really, I need out, I need to go. I just, don't talk to me, please.
I grab my short swords
Oh, no.
and I say, I'm not letting you out of here until you
She
tell me.
opens the window halfway, and
Oh,
she starts to like,
come on.
put her head out the window, and your butt is kind of like.
Nice try.
Has anyone noticed this happening yet?
You look around, doesn't seem like anybody's looking in your direction.
Okay, I'm gonna back off because I don't want to cause any trouble and make a scene because I don't want to cause attention to myself. And I'm kind of just gonna like give her one last like tug of like when she's like crawling out, be like, "What is it?"
And she like pops out the window, and like,
Damn.
and you hear like.
Okay. So I'm gonna like
Well,
close,
she's
go.
gone.
I'm gonna like turn around and be like, "Oh, good."
Okay.
Fun.
Kale walks in, and
Yeah.
Kale goes, was he your friend? Because if he is, then I think you need to be on your way soon. I don't want any more trouble here.
I mean, I kind of just met him like earlier today. I mean, I might not call him my best friend, but I like making friends, so. But like, Kale's just trying to get rid of me.
No, he's just like, he wants to make sure that you guys aren't in
okay.
in cahoots.
So I'll be like, I'm come here. I made friends with True. I was just in here checking on her, and I want to make sure everyone's safe.
As you look over to True, you know she starts to go,
Oh dang!
and her eyes almost immediately go bloodshot. And she falls forward onto the table. And as she falls forward, she knocks this glass on the ground and it shatters, and this black foam explodes from her mouth. All over her blue dress, it spatters all across the cold stone floor. And a shattered shield mug rolls off her tray and onto the ground. What do you do?
Where is this happening?
Pella starts freaking out in here.
But nobody's in there with her?
No. Well, just the two of them are.
Are
The
you
door's
in there?
closed now.
It's just me,
Yeah.
Kale.
Give me a perception check.
Frella.
Yeah.
Oh, is my thing done?
Oh, it was gonna be so good, and then it hit the wall. 8.
You hear nothing.
Okay.
It's gonna be so good.
I want to just gauge like everyone. Like, everyone's just kind of panicked.
Pella freaks out. She
Yeah.
goes. She screams. She does this.
Yeah.
And True
Yeah.
literally is now like her
She's dying.
eyes are almost
Yeah.
dead, and her black foam all around the ground, and she's starting to like fall off, and she
Okay.
falls back onto the
I'm
ground. on the stone floor.
gonna push through. Is the door open? I don't know.
No.
Whatever. I'm gonna swing through the door and be like, "Help! We need some help in the kitchen. I have no idea what's going on."
You hear him say,
I have
"We
no
need help
idea.
in the kitchen." Rich,
What?
you hear him say, "We need help in the kitchen."
I have no idea what's going
He
on.
yells out the door. The guards are already gone by this point.
Okay.
Violet hears it, and you hear it. You all hear him say, "Help! We need help in the kitchen."
Okay, I'm pretty close, so I'm just gonna run.
Okay, you run in. You burst through the door. And
I'm
you
not gonna burst through the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna like semi-casually / panicked walk through the door.
Okay, so you open the door. Then you
I'm
walk
just gonna
through.
be like,
Got
but
it.
I'm not gonna be like, what's going on? Like I'm just
Okay.
gonna walk through and like look.
Okay. At this point, you see that
Snack.
True. You don't see True currently. You see this black, foamy material all over the table.
Yeah.
And you see Kale hunched over behind the table,
Make them like
looking at something.
skinnier.
That's good. That's good.
Man.
Can I tell
And
from surveying
Grokk
the
is
room
standing
what's
beside
going
you.
on?
Give me a perception
Okay,
check.
Snack.
Yeah, give me. Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Alunna, what do you do?
A 16. No, 16 for perception.
I'm gonna wait.
16. With
Wait
a
and see
16,
what happens.
you're just gonna stand where you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out if I know what's going on in the room, and I rolled 16 perception.
Just what you see. Kale is hunched over her. You now look over and you see True is motionless on the ground. Eyes kind of like rolled up into the back of her head.
She's gonna.
Pella is beside her, trying to wake her and kind of shake her frantically.
I'm still pretty close
And
to the
Grokk
door,
is
right?
looking over the table.
I'm
Yeah.
still pretty close to the door. So I'm gonna remember that we came to the conclusion that she was sneaking drinks at the same time we were discussing the stuff about Violet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lean out the door and look for anyone. I guess I see Alunna because she's still out
If
there.
you look there, you look across there, you see Alunna. Yep.
So I'm gonna be like, find Violet, find Violet, because
she right
something's
there,
going
though?
on.
She's gone.
Oh, okay.
But she's right there. Oh,
No,
she's not there. Okay.
Technically, she's.
So I'm gonna do that.
What?
Did not pay
Yell at
attention.
Alunna to find Violet.
Okay.
Do I think there's anything I can help with in here? Or do I have to figure that out for
You
myself?
have to figure it out for yourself.
Where's Thorok right now?
He's out
Outside?
the front door, heading back to his room.
Okay, so I'm gonna I didn't see him in there, right?
He's like, I should have stayed in
I
bed."
didn't see him in here, right?
No.
So I lean out the door and I'm like, get Thorok, find Violet.
Okay.
And then I turn my attention back here and try and figure out if there's something I can do.
And as soon as you hear Violet, you look back and you're like, she was just here.
Yeah.
And the guy who's beside the door is like, she was just here.
Yeah.
Didn't see her leave. What do you do?
Can I go out and yell to Thorok, Violet's missing. We have to go find her.
You burst through the door.
Yeah.
You yell to Thorok, Violet's missing. As you do that, you see a lock of blonde hair walk around the side of the building.
I can see it in my mind.
Can I go chase after it?
Yep. You chase after it. You get to the edge of the alleyway, and that's where we're going to end the session for this
Oh, come on.
evening. Thanks, guys.
Wow.
We were just getting into it.
I
That
know.
was so good. I really like
So
the
that
twist.
was the Shattered Shield Tavern module from January.
Snak did not attack.
No. So the next one is going to be
Snak tried to attack.
the Brigand's Corridor, which was February's crate. It's going to ship by the 25th of this month. So that'll be March 10th-ish, around there. We'll do another one.
Sweet. I can't wait.
Who had
So
fun?
glad, guys.
Tim, did you have Tim?
Yeah, I'm kind of like upset right now because I
Hey,
want to
Grok.
keep going.
Hey, Grok, tell us about your first D&D experience.
My first D&D experience was wonderful. I got hurt really in the beginning. Yeah, I made some friends. I saw some really nasty stuff that I wish I didn't see. And I'm so confused what's happening right now. So I can't wait for the next session.
It's
I
great.
dropped one too.
It's awesome. Thanks, everyone, members of the Realm, for watching. For all of you who are watching it after the fact, hope you enjoyed it tonight. If you're interested in our crates, you can head to www.realmsmith.tv. We have literally grown our crate subscriptions 10 times in the last month and a half. We're super thankful and excited for everyone who has supported us. We are keeping up. We are all caught up on crates now. All of them are out the door. February is going out the 25th. But you guys are keeping us busy. Let me tell you, we did not expect this kind of love. And now we are very happy and excited to have it there and to have you guys. If you liked what you saw, if you're on YouTube or on Facebook watching this after the fact, you can follow us and hit the little bell icon in order to be notified next time that we go live. And we'd love to let those platforms notify you of that when we do so. You can follow us on all the socials, RealmSmith TV or RealmSmith on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. And we are, you guys are hearing it first, we are going to be at GaryCon. So members of the Realm, you're hearing it first. I can't tell you what's happening yet, but something very, very special is happening. I'm like beyond honored to be a part of what we're a part of at GaryCon, but I can't tell you what. Tune in tomorrow night, Order of Dragon's Bane, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to see what happens with Periwinkle and the Foreskins of Tiamat.
If you want my autographed T-shirt for $500, just DM us on Instagram.
Yes. Thank you
will
guys for
autograph
getting
it for
shirts.
you.
That is so great. Honestly, I think that we should offer these shirts on our store. I really, honestly, truly do. I think that they're amazing. I can't believe you guys did that. It's the best. Anyways, thanks to the noobs around the table. Thanks, Tim, for joining us for the first time.
Hey!
Thanks, Ryan, for doing the most thankless job ever, which is managing our production every week, in and out.
It's not
And
that
here
hard.
he is playing with us at the table, and I'm so happy that he's here. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Rachel. All right, guys, have a good one. Have a great week. Well, not great week. Have a good night, because we will see you tomorrow
tomorrow.
night For Order of Dragon's Bane, peace. Woo-woo.